All right, going live in this motherfucker. We live in this motherfucker. At least I think we are. I'm gonna do something called the live news rundown, where I go to the stories and basically read them as I go. It's a quick way to just get a look at what's going on and discuss it in real time openly. I don't usually do lives because I like to prepare all my research so that I can formulate a full picture of what's going on. But some of these stories, they don't require that much time and attention. So let's see what's going on. Let's see. Let's let this thing populate a bit before we get to it. Yeah, man. Gonna do the live news rundown. Okay, so we got 15 sets of eyes. What's rocking, y'all? Let's see what's going on in the world of boxing. Gonna read the live news rundown. Chris Algieri as a title. I know I still have big fights left in me. Now, I don't want to be one of those assholes that completely writes off a fighter's chances. But at the end of the day, Chris Algieri at 140 or 147, given the state of the divisions, I don't give him much of a chance of winning the title. I mean, if it was Chris Algieri versus Ivan Bedenchik, I'm not convinced that's a fight that Chris wins, let alone a fight with a Jose Ramirez or a Josh Taylor. So I mean, I wish the guy nothing but the best, but I really can't give him very good odds to win a title anywhere from 140 to 147. That don't look like it's happening. The Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postol fight has been finalized. We already talked about that. Victor's is mandatory, so Jose just doing what he got to do. And you can't complain about the fight because look at what Jose is coming off of. He unified 2 belts. He did it in good fashion against Maurice Hooker. I got no complaints about the fight. It's a classic matchup of the boxer versus the puncher, with Victor being a boxer, fighting behind his jab, fighting tall, using his textbook boxing, and Jose trying to close the gap and maul the other guy. I got no issues with that fight. That fight is okay by me. That's going down on the 1st of February. I got no issues with that fight. All right, what's goody, all of y'all? What's goody, John Daly, Tyrone, Batshit, John, EJ, Lisa, Tone. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? And we just reading some live stories, man. That's all it really is. We reading some live stories. The WBC president says Spence's medical report is clear, no interim title needed. And we talked about that in the last video that I uploaded in passing, that at least according to Mauricio Suleiman, Spence is good to go. But at the same time, according to Mauricio Suleiman, Lomachenko petitioned for the franchise belt. Yet Lomachenko himself is saying otherwise. So just because Mauricio says it, that don't mean that's what's going on. They might have sent him a medical report that shows he's good to go. Maybe they did. But at the end of the day, we don't know if that's what's really going on because Spence, this the shit. If Spence was good, if he's good, then address your fans or whatever. Show them a video, talk to them, let them know you all right. But as it stands, I ain't seen no videos of Spence since that accident. All they keep doing is they'll occasionally take a picture and then look, and they'll be like, look, Spence is okay. I don't know he's okay based on a picture, bro. I don't know what condition of health he's in based on a picture. So, I mean, that's what Mauricio's saying. Mauricio's saying he's good, so we'll see if he really is good. Kuzman got injured, so he's not going to be fighting Z Zhang. Z Zhang got to fight somebody new to fight. I don't think there was a lot of buzz for that fight, but I had my eye on it because Z Zhang, he's an undefeated guy. He's one of the prospects coming up in the heavyweight division. I wanted to see how he handles Sergey Kuzman, and I wanted to see how Kuzman handles him. I mean, Kuzman lost one fight. It's not the end of the world. He got beat by Michael Hunter. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, he on the rebound. All right, what's goody, Phil? What's goody, Joey? I mean, it might be time to vacate. You never know. It might actually be time to vacate. Callum Smith, John Ryder, we done talked about that. Daniel Dubois is backing Deontay Wilder to blast out Anthony Joshua, Ortiz, and Ruiz. Well, Daniel Dubois is entitled to his opinion. I take no issue if that is his opinion because he's entitled to it. Who knows what's motivating it? Maybe what's motivating it is that he looks at those other guys as competition. So He just, that's what motivated him to say that. Or it could be that he really believes that shit, that he thinks that Wilder could knock all them guys out. It's anybody's guess, but that's neither here nor there. There's nothing to make of that. If that's Daniel Dubois' opinion, he entitled to that shit. Let me see. I wanna make a link available for anybody that wants to join the discussion. I forgot, how the fuck do you do this? Where the fuck do you go to get the link so that you could fucking add people to this motherfucker? I'm using StreamYard, by the way. I haven't used this shit in a while, so I literally forgot, where do you go to get the link so that people could join in? Literally forgot. You think Benavidez will vacate to avoid the... Nah, because he's fighting his mandatory, Hakeem. Avni Yildirim is David Benavidez's mandatory challenger, right? That's his official mandatory. Now, if the WBC orders a fight on the premise that Callum has the diamond belt, just remember, when Jorge Linares had the diamond belt, they ordered him to fight Mikey. The fight never happened, and nobody got stripped. Jorge Linares didn't get stripped of the diamond belt, and Mikey didn't get stripped of the full title. So just because there's a diamond belt involved, that's not the same thing as like a legitimate, bona fide mandatory. It's not the same thing as like Devin Haney being ordered to fight Vasyl Lomachenko or something like that. It's not the same thing. All right, what's goody, Mr. Anderson? Yeah, Yildirim is his mandatory. So I don't even think that the WBC was really even going to order Benavidez versus Smith, to be honest. Maybe they do, but even if they did and the fight don't come off, ain't nobody getting stripped. Ain't nobody getting stripped. They want them sanctioning fees from Callum the same way they want them sanctioning fees from David Benavidez. So ain't nobody getting stripped, man. Forget that shit. Trying to see, where the fuck do you go to get the link for the fucking let me see, is it in the settings? Let me see. Internal microphone. Nah, it ain't that shit. Let me see. In case somebody want to join in, tell me what's on their mind. Let me see the live news. Where the fuck do you go to get the link to I'm getting fucking old. That's what it is. I literally used to remember being able... Oh, there it goes. Go to invite, copy the link, and bang. Okay, we'll post this in the comments for anybody that wants to join in. And, okay, it's copied to the clipboard. And I'll leave this down here for y'all, in case y'all want to join in, want to say something. But yeah, man, look, Benavidez got plenty of guys on his side that he could fight. You know what I mean? And I don't see the WBC stripping. I don't even see them ordering that fight, much less stripping somebody if it don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Wilder make... Oh, yeah, I seen that shit, Joey. I seen that shit. His guaranteed purse for the fight is lower than what they guaranteed him to fight Tyson Fury. Look, man, a lot of shit about Wilder and a lot of shit about that shit is basic shit. Some of that shit just boils down to common sense. A lot of that shit is just basic arithmetic. Dog, PBC, Fox is not down to take a loss. Feel me? They not down to take a loss. I wondered, how much money are they going to guarantee him for the fight? And I was waiting for the commission to report the guaranteed purses, because I figured, I don't know if they're going to guarantee this man no $12 million. You know what I mean? Showtime guaranteed him $12 million for that Brazil fight. And you see that after that, they was like, man, fuck that shit. We not flipping the bill for your next fight, Brody. We ain't make no money off of your last fight. We gave you like, what, 12? It was in the neighborhood of $9 to $12 million. Because I saw a lot of different sets of numbers, but that was the ballpark. It was about $9 to $12 million. So they gave you that for fucking Brazil, bro. Them dudes did not turn over a profit off of your fight. After that, you see what Showtime did. Like, man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Like, let Fox pick up the fight. We done. We done. Until further notice, we done. Yo, stop lying, Joey. Where you seen that at? Oh, I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do a video on that. Bro, you never cover all boxing. Okay, unsubscribe. Don't write me a fucking love letter. Just go unsubscribe. Like, I don't give a shit. He getting $700,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please let those numbers be real. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna jump the gun because I don't know. I know that I saw Kevin Iole, from Yahoo Sports. He just reported that Wilder's only getting 3 million guaranteed, and obviously it's pay per view. So if he gets 3 million guaranteed, they're hoping that the rest comes from the upside, obviously. But I mean, $3 million, and you over here talking about slave wages, bro? They've been when Joshua had the belts, they was offering you way more money guaranteed than that. You know what I mean? If I don't think this shit is gonna have an upside. Showtime wants the AJ versus Wilder fight. In all honesty, Catacor, that's what they wanted. They know that Wilder by himself is not he not gonna make them no money, man. They was lucky that they didn't. They was lucky that the Fury pay-per-view came in above the break-even point, but it's not like it came in way above the break-even point. If break-even is 250 and the joint did 325, that's only 75,000 pay-per-view buys, bro. It ain't like the motherfucker sold 1 million pay-per-views. And out of that upside, you had to split that with Fury. You had to split that shit in half. So stop fronting like you get, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's the same old conversation. That is the same old fucking conversation. PBC is very close-lipped and play it close to the chest. How these dudes all of a sudden are on the inside? No, because those guaranteed purses get reported to the commission. It's not all of a sudden, dog. Like this is why I love when these guys come on here and I'm actually live, because I could school you in real time. The guaranteed purses have always been reported to the commissions, bro. How do you not know that? Wilder's purse for the Fury fight was reported to the commission. His purse for the Ortiz fight was reported to the commission. That shit is not all of a sudden, dog. They've been doing that. It's just that you wasn't paying attention. Everybody know that shit, Timmy. Everybody knows that shit. Anybody who's anybody knows that motherfucking shit. That motherfucker about to make $85 million. Win or lose, he gonna get $85 million. Win or lose. Fuck around. Andy Ruiz ends up making more money for that fight than Wilder about to make. Fuck around. Fuck around. Ain't he getting $14 million? Something like that. I seen $14 million. I got to fact check it, but that's what I saw. About $14 million and Joshua getting $85 million. I'm from Narnia, brother. Narnia. I mean, I hope we get that fight too, Alejandro. Because I don't like PBC. I don't make no bones about that shit. But it's certain fights that I think is good fights. Like Julian Williams versus Erickson Lubin is a good ass fight at 154. Plant versus Benavidez is a good ass fight at 168. It's just that when the PBC has a good ass fight, a lot of times they don't make it. Do I got to bring up Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell for a millionth time? Feel me? So, I mean, really, shit. You right, Victor. In this situation, he could have made $7 million fighting Joshua. If he fuck around and all he getting is $700,000 guaranteed, and the rest is supposed to come from the quote unquote upside. Oh my God. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Says Wilder's getting 3 million and Ortiz is getting 1 point. Wow, bro. Oh shit. Yo, dog. Hey man. Hey man. He made his bed. Now he gotta lie in it, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't even feel bad for him because they offered you way more money than that guaranteed, and you want to be a slave. You want to be Al Heyman's slave. So be a slave then, bro. Go get them peanuts and put a little bit of salt on them, because that's all you getting. Them motherfuckers on the PBC side is slaves, man. They slaves. Motherfucker legit stopped you from getting more money to get less money. You a slave, bruh. You a slave. Yeah, because the guaranteed purses get reported to the commission. The guaranteed purses, that's why I'm like, yo, Wilder's fans don't really know the infrastructure of boxing. They don't really understand how shit works. And they just look at, they just listen to whatever a motherfucker tell them. You know what I'm saying? And then they go repeat that shit to somebody else like they know what they talking about. Hearn said White was cleared, but he hasn't been reinstated as the WB. You know what's going on, Catacor. We all know what's going on, man. The WBC was looking for any little reason to negate his status. They was looking for any little reason to just take that shit away from him. Yo, I could tell you what, he who greets with fire. We ain't discussing shit. I'm doing a live video and you don't like that you don't have a rebuttal. Me and you ain't discussing shit. I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if I want to talk about bonehead ass Wilder and bonehead ass Ortiz and how they fucked themselves out of a lot of money, I'm going to do that because those is two duckers, two shit talking, clout chasing duckers. And if you don't like it, you go somewhere else. It's that motherfucking simple. That's what I would do. He know that he a big PBC fan. And it's like, if you don't like reality, then you don't belong here. Cause I'm not lying about shit. And I don't gotta lie for nobody. And I don't gotta tell it a certain way to make you feel better. I don't gotta do that. The fuck would I do that for? Some dudes, yeah, these motherfuckers are, like I said, if you see that motherfuckers in Saudi fucking Arabia was like, yo, AJ, come over here, we got this money. What you should then ask yourself is, why ain't nobody do that for Wilder? Not none of his fights, not none of them shits. And they ain't finna do that because they know that dude is a money pit. You a money pit, bro. I'm saying they did some bonehead shit because they could have got more money fucking around with AJ. Don't bring me and you into it, because if that's the case, motherfucker, you watching me. So who really the bonehead? Do I go to your channel and comment on your videos? No. Do I want to know what you think about boxing? Not at all. Because I already know what school of thought you come from, dog. You got a slave mentality, bro. You sheeple, all right? You're not a critical thinker. You're not an independent thinker. You're not bright enough to hold a conversation with me, dog. I don't even know why you come here, because you leave comments under all my videos, and I'm like, can this dude not never say nothing stupid, dog? Like, everything he say is stupid. How is that possible? Talking well, yeah, I don't even like talking about him, because the way I look at it, that AJ fight is not going to happen, so Wilder could go back to being irrelevant, because that's what he was from the get-go. Wilder only became a hot topic because of Joshua and because of that fight. But if we now know how shit is going to go, we know they probably not going to fight. So who gives a fuck about Wilder? If you're not fighting AJ, or you not, if we know it, if fuck around and don't happen. So if that's the case, I ain't worried about your fucking $75 recycled refurbished fight. This motherfucker making refurbished fights. We just got a fucking refurbished caliper for the car. Wilder out here with refurbished fights. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that shit. KC was goody. Francisco, Tyrone, yeah, was goody. Derevianchenko is right now the boogeyman at 160 after that Triple G fight. I would say Demetrius Andrade is the boogeyman. And I'm not saying he's the boogeyman in the sense that he would beat everybody, but he's a fight that a lot of people don't want, because they look at it as being more trouble than it's worth. Like, bro, I ain't gonna go in there with Andre and he make me look bad. Even if I win, he fuck around, make me look bad. Like, I ain't fucking with him, man. I look at Andre as the boogeyman of 160 because a lot of guys look at him like that he's more trouble than he's worth. Like, I'm not going to take a chance on him because if I lose, I'll fuck around and look bad. All right, what's good, H? I think the PBC might recite. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, of course. Of course. Right? Of course. Shit is crazy out here, man. But hey, you know what? I say certain shit, you gotta just let it be, dog. Wilder's fans is a peculiar group of people, man, and it ain't that big a group of people because if it was a big group of people, he really would be the A side. That's why after a while I started thinking, like, man, what the fuck I look like arguing with them when it ain't even that many of them to make this guy star. If Wilder was everything that people on YouTube make him out to be, bro, this motherfucking fight would be buzzing. Ain't nobody buzzing off this shit. I mean, he might cat a call, but I don't think he gonna go down there right away. And where you from? He who matter of fact, I'm gonna let him on. Here you go, dog. You want to be heard by me so fucking bad. Here's a link. Tell me your stupid fucking thoughts. There's the link. Whatever the he who greets, whatever. This dude, like, I love how these dudes want to talk to me, and I'm like, yo, dog, I don't know why you want to debate facts. I don't understand that because a fact is a fact is a fact, and you can't handle facts. So all you could tell me is your fucking feelings. Like, I don't care about your feelings, dog. I don't give a shit if you like Wilder. I don't give a shit if you identify with him. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm talking facts, and you talking feelings. Wilder's a joke, man. That's why motherfuckers not behind him. You know you gonna stream his fight, He Who Greets with Fire. You not paying $75 for that shit. And you a fan of him, but you not buying that fight. You know it and I know it. You know it and I know it. That's why you come here, because a lot of the shit that I say, it hits a nerve. But it's the truth. You not buying that fight. And you love that guy, but you not gonna buy that fight. Real shit. You not buying that fucking fight. And you can't shut the fuck up about Wilder, but you will not shell out $75 to see your boy. But you love that dude. You want me to love him. That's the funny shit. You don't want to buy his shit, but you want me to buy his shit when you won't even buy his shit. How many times in the last year after certain pay-per-view fights that I post people and I asked them, like, yo, you bought that Spence versus Garcia? And motherfucking answer don't sound right. The answer sound funny. Like, you ain't buy that fight, dog. All these fucking bum-ass PBC pay-per-views that they be putting out, they own fans don't even be buying them shits. Nah, you just on his dick, period. And that's what bothers you. What bothers you is that you know I'm telling the truth, and he's not the best heavyweight in the world. The world itself does not agree with you, dog. Like, the world itself is telling you it don't matter if AJ lost to fucking Ruiz because Wilder's still a ducker. He's still a chump. And you identify with a chump. So what does that make you? If you identify with bitch shit, then what does that make you? I'm just saying. If you identify with shyster tactics and ducking and bum shit, then what does that make you? What does that say about you when that is what you advocate for? All I'm saying is they got offered more money to fight a better guy, and they chose not to take the money because they thinking they could get that kind of money on their own. And here we see, no, y'all can't. Motherfuckers ain't checking for y'all like that. The only reason y'all two motherfuckers even became relevant is because of that guy. Because in many ways, he reinvigorated the heavyweight division. Not Wilder. Wilder been around since 2009. And in that time, that's the time motherfuckers was saying that the heavyweight division is dead. That's the truth. That's the motherfucking truth. Wilder been around since 2009. Why he ain't really start getting talked about till Anthony Joshua rolled around? When Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, the day that shit happened, motherfuckers wasn't buzzing about the heavyweight division. It was like, that's one of the worst fights I ever seen. Now, Anthony Joshua reinvigorated the heavyweight division and made it to where a lot of motherfuckers could get money because Wilder wasn't getting money. Fury wasn't getting money. Nah, I just have the facts, bro. I just have the facts, and you don't have the facts. You could come on here, but you know what? I know that you a ducker just like your boy Wilder, because I posted this link in the comments 3 times. You don't want no smoke, bro. You don't want no smoke. You a coward like the dude you identify with. You a chicken shit. That's why you identify with that chump shit, because you do chump shit. I done put that link in there for anybody that want to come on here. I done put that link on there. And what you doing? Hiding in the fucking comments. Like Javante Davis hide on Twitter. What you doing? Hiding in the comments. You don't want to come on here, dog. You gonna give me an excuse. You got time to type all that shit, but you don't have time to go live. You with the chump shit. I know, dog. I know. I can read you, dog. I read that book already. That's how I know how you moving and shit. I ain't ducking no discussion. I got the facts that support every single thing I'm saying, because the only reason I'm saying it is due to what? Due to the fucking facts. And if you only guaranteed $3 million for this bum-ass refurbished fight, that shows me that you're an idiot and you a slave. They offered you more money than you would have got in your last 2 fights. They offered you more money than that. You ain't want to take it because you think you a star. So how come all these fucking YouTube people cannot make Wilder famous? If it's so many of y'all motherfuckers in the comments saying some shit, but y'all can't seem to buy a fight. Y'all motherfuckers all over Facebook. You all over fucking Twitter. You all over fucking YouTube. Y'all just don't be around when it's time to buy a fight. Y'all ain't trying to buy that shit. I'm open with mine. I said I'm not buying Wilder versus Ortiz. I said that shit. They not getting my money for that refurbished fight. No way. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Spence will not get my money until he finds his balls and fights Crawford. Till then, all PBC pay-per-views will be boycotted. I'm not supporting that frivolous shit. I got one. I'm gonna let my man 11-12 Lennox. You gonna let him? What's goody, bro?
Hey, it was good, bro.
Ain't shit, man. I'm just here chopping it up about this. I don't even like talking about Wilder, bro, because that dude, like, he not like, you know what it looked like to me, in all honesty? It don't look like he gonna fight AJ. Do you agree?
I agree. I don't think he's got any intention of fighting AJ, if I'm honest. I mean, you know, I sent you some facts on Twitter. You saw the DMs, so you know I got a bit of inside information on things. You get me, yeah?
And let me let them know. I'm not gonna let the whole cat out the bag, but 1125 has intimate information. Now I don't let it all out because I'm like, I'm a chill and I'm a chill. I ain't gonna say nothing. But he know what he talking about. So I feel that if Anthony Joshua wins the Ruiz rematch, him and Wilder may never fight.
No, I don't think it's not going to happen because I'm pretty certain that the money for that fight, the way AJ's money is looking right now, yeah, mine's not going to fight in the US unless it's something like 200 million, like some sort of crazy money, yeah. And I could tell you right now, he wins within the next 3 fights. Mine's going to fight in Nigeria.
And it, in all honesty, to me, it's not pocket watching. This is prize fighting after all. All right, I'm gonna let Alejandro in. This is prize fighting after all. And at the end of the day, if you know that you're gonna get more money fighting over there as opposed to fighting over here, then the logical thing for you to do is to fight over there. It's the same shit as Lomachenko versus Campbell. I said that shit before they made the fight. Lomachenko versus Campbell is a big fight in the UK, but not in the US. So Lomachenko needs to get on that plane and fight Campbell in the UK. And I feel the same thing about Terrence Crawford and Kell Brook. That fight could sell in Sheffield. That fight ain't about nothing over here, but that fight could sell in Sheffield and it could sell in the UK. So they should have it over there.
Hey, what's up?
All right, what's good, Alejandro?
I'm from Mexico City, so my English is not the best, but I will try my best to communicate with you guys.
Está bien, yo hablo español.
Yo también. Genial. Where you from? Because you speak good Spanish.
Yo soy dominicano.
Dominicano. Oye, hermano latino. Saludos.
Ajá. ¿Cómo está?
Bien. Oye, te quería hacer una pregunta que a lo mejor no sé si la leíste en el chat.
Vamos a ver, ¿cuál es la pregunta?
¿Tú quién crees que gane ahorita, Julius, en este preciso momento si pelearan el año que entra, a principios? ¿Naoya Inoue o Luis Neri? Digo, tú sabes que soy mexicano y apoyo a Neri, pero pues a lo mejor no está ahorita en su mejor momento.
Ok, esto es lo que yo voy a decir. El lío que yo tengo con Neri es que uno no sabe si eso fueron la droga que lo ayudaron con el Yamanaka, porque te recuerda que cuando él peleó con el Yamanaka, ellos le encontraron el clenbuterol en el sistema. Ahora, la pregunta que yo tengo, le encontraron clenbuterol en el sistema.
Sí.
Ahora, la cuestión es si Neri, maybe ese peso, ese weight class, es difícil para él to make that weight, y por eso él tenía que usar clenbuterol so he could make the weight.
That's right. Okay.
De verdad, Neri da duro, tiene pegada dura, pero la técnica, él no la tiene como Naoya Inoue. Eso es la vaina. Si tuviera la técnica como Inoue, él acabara con Payano much faster, porque te recuerda que él peleó con el dominicano ese, Payano.
Tuvo bastantes problemas, lot of trouble with Payano.
Now, let me say it in English for the people out there. What he's asking me is, do I think Neri stands a chance against Naoya Inoue? And I'm saying, I'm on the fence when it comes to Neri's abilities, because I know he was on clenbuterol, and that makes me wonder if he's struggling to make the weight, because you know he got caught with the Clembo. The Clembo is not something that makes you hit harder or nothing like that. It helps you cut weight and retain muscle mass. And the fact they caught Neri with that shit, it's like, bro, you struggling to make that weight? Because if you are, then I can't trust you. Now,
Neri is struggling right now in bantamweight. I think he can get in bantamweight anymore.
Posiblemente, pero la vaina es que la pelea esta con el puertorriqueño Emanuel Rodríguez, esta vaina en bantamweight.
Oye, pero yo creo que Neri va a volver a tener problemas con el peso. He's going to get issues with the weight again.
It's possible. We'll see. We're gonna wait. You know, obviously we gotta wait for the weigh-in. But if he beats Emanuel Rodriguez in good fashion, because I looked at him against Payano, and Payano, he was kind of awkward. He made him struggle a little bit. Now I'm about to look at him with Emmanuel Rodriguez, and I'm gonna see what he looked like with him. And if Neri looks basic or he looks regular, it's kind of hard for me to say that he stands a chance against Inoue, because people forget that Yamanaka, how old was he when they fought? Like Yamanaka was already
Yamanaka was 120 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like Yamanaka was a good champion, he was a good fighter, but he was getting up there in age. I think it like I remember that, like, yo, he getting long in the tooth, like he getting kind of old. So
yeah, agree. De acuerdo. Oye, Julius, pues ya I got to get back to work, de regresar a trabajar. Te quería hacer una pregunta. ¿Tú tienes Instagram?
Sí. El mismo nombre de YouTube, Ring IQ.
Es que te mandé DM para ver si te puedo hacer el intro animado nuevo. Yo soy animador 3D acá en México, yo hago animación 3D, entonces me gustaría hacerte un intro animado acá, bien, pues bonito, ¿no? Para que se vea más padre tu identidad del canal.
Well, honestly, if you could do that, I would appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, you are one of my favorite streamers because you got no BSing over any fighter. You are totally neutral. At least you try your best to be neutral. So I admire that.
Exactly. I appreciate that. Like, if you could do that, I'll be more than happy to use it. And I'll do my thing. Like, I would appreciate that. The most
Okay.
I, the most I
Yeah,
can say,
yeah.
I can't say that I'm completely neutral because I really don't like the PBC, and I'm very open about that. I do not like the PBC. I don't like their business practices. Even if I like some of their fighters, as a company, I really don't like them. So I can't even say that I'm completely neutral. That would be dishonest.
Yeah,
Okay.
but at least you're honest about
Thank
your
you. Thanks a
stance.
lot, and saludos de la Ciudad de México.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
Yeah, Jules, at least you're honest about your stance. Yeah, that's sort of like, even if you're going to be prejudiced, at least you're honest about where your stands. Yeah, and that's the difference between like your channel and a bunch of other channels. So that's kind of it. And you're a boxing fan, see, because not a lot of man them would follow female boxing and all that. You're a proper boxing fan.
I
So
appreciate
that's
that,
the
but it's like I think that the PBC is legitimately bad for boxing. Like, I'm not saying that shit. Like, a lot of people say that, and they can't substantiate it. They can't make it make sense. But if you look at the things that the PBC has done, yeah, they're bad for boxing. They starved Rigo out. Al Heyman starved Rigo out to the point that he didn't have nobody to fight at 122. That shit happened, dog. And when everybody was
yeah.
crying Rigo a river, like, oh, nobody want to fight him. Oh, Carl Frampton won't fight him. Leo Santa Cruz won't fight him. None of these guys wanted to assign the blame where the blame belongs. Al Heyman is the one that blocked that fight. Leo said it in
Yep.
plain English. Al Heyman blocked that fight.
Well, yeah, and basically ruined that man's career.
I think I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm honest. I mean, Rigo's. I mean, I'm partial to Cuban. I mean, I box myself, but I'm partial to Cuban style, and Rigo is honestly still is actually. I've only got pictures with maybe three boxers. Sugar Ray Leonard, obviously my all-time favorite. Roy Jones, my second favorite boxer, and Rigo, honestly. So Al Heyman ruined that man's career because that man got no fights in his prime. And basically now we sort of giving him all this charity, signing him to the PBC, and I'm just, in a way, it's sort of disgusting because you're signing him in sort of the twilight of his career.
Exactly.
He was forced to go up and fight a guy 2 weight classes above, just what I mean, just to get a paycheck.
And that's the thing. If Rigo was getting the fights that he needed at 122, he wouldn't even bothered to go up to 130. He would have never bothered to do that shit if he was getting the right fights at 122. And
I mean,
Leo said,
I mean, let's be honest. Rigo's not a big dude at all.
He's not. He's not. And
I got a picture. He trained for that fight at my gym. I got a picture with him. Rigo makes me look like AJ, and I'm only 6'1".
Dog, Rigo is not only small, he doesn't have a stocky frame. He's very wiry and he's very small. So you got a wiry small guy jumping up 2 weight classes when he's in his late 30s. It's like, and you know that the only reason that he did that is because he couldn't get the fights he needed at 122. That's the only reason he did that. Now what do they got him doing? They got him going down to 118. He's supposed to be fighting for a WBA baby belt. The dude he about to fight right now is about, I think, 37 years old, same age group as Rigo. But the idea is, you see that Rigo's not fighting the same. You see that now he's fighting in the phone booth. The last 2 guys that he fought, he didn't even look like old Rigo, that he's defensive, he moves around, throws a lot of counter punches, he's real fast. He don't even fight the same no more. Now he just getting hit and he's staying in front of guys. The last fight that he had, he looked like he was about to lose. If he wouldn't have got that knockout, he would have lost that shit on the cards.
Yeah, and it's tough because I can't tell if they're sort of making him do that because obviously, man did the Lara fight with Hurd, and that I could tell you, obviously, what I do and all that, but I could tell you they told Lara he had to basically put on a show. He was basically, I mean, as a boxer, I get the technique because obviously the amount of pressure that Hurd was putting on him, he couldn't have moved around for 12 rounds and still had the energy at the end. But it was sort of like Sam Watson was sort of like, you got to put on a show. Sort of like, yeah, you know what I mean? So he made the decision to fight. So I'm kind of wondering with Rigo, are they saying, hey, obviously he's older, so obviously legs might not be the same. I mean, I'm personally just hitting 35, so I know, I mean, I can't do the same Roy Jones shit when I train. So it might be that, or it might be like, oh, you got to be more exciting because they do kind of sell that thing to certain fighters, and it is just I also find it funny that they kind of use. It's a weird thing. The PBC uses the Cuban chaps they've got signed. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mandem never get a great, you know what I mean? They never get a straight, you know
Yo,
what I mean? They never get
remember,
a treat.
a lot of PBC fans didn't even notice that Yordenis Ugas, I believe he was Spencer's mandatory challenger or something like that. It was something funny.
Yeah, he's Spencer's Mando. Yeah,
And he just got relegated to the background. Rather than getting that Spence fight, he ends up fighting Omar Figueroa. Good fight. I picked Yordenis to win, and he won. But you see how they just kind of relegate him to the background. You're giving Danny Garcia a title shot with Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao, and all Danny did this whole fucking year was fight Adrian Granados. What about Yordenis Ugas? What about him?
Yeah.
He just beat an undefeated welterweight. He just gave Omar Figueroa his first loss. Why don't he get a shot? Why y'all giving Danny a shot? If I was Yordenis Ugas, I'd call fucking Bob Arum and tell him, hey, look, dog, I'll fight Crawford. And we gonna have a good fight. Okay, you give me little $2 million, little 20% of the pay-per-view upside, I'll fight Terrence Crawford. Well, I don't even think they will put that on pay-per-view now that I think about it.
Nah, I mean the pay-per-view thing's tough though, man, because you know what I mean. Mandem's all doing this pay-per-view thing because the zone's honestly fucked up the money for everyone.
Hold on. First off, he who greets with fire, Rigo was not signed to fucking Top Rank when he like this dude is a fucking idiot, dog. The dude is
wasn't he on Rock Nation or something like that? Yeah,
he was with Rock Nation. He wasn't fucking signed to Top Rank, like dog. Like, and these kind of people are my pet peeve because you can see they don't know what the fuck they talking about, but they can't shut the fuck up, dog.
Yeah, man, you gotta chill though. You can't keep. I saw you blacked out on man on Twitter and got banned. Yeah, you know sometimes you gotta laugh at these clowns, man. You gotta laugh at some of these guys, man.
It's just everybody has a pet peeve, and my pet peeve is look. If I ever approach a subject that I'm not familiar with, all I do is shut up and listen because I need to know. Yeah. These is grown ass men that they don't get. They're like, bro, look, you obviously do not know what you're talking about. So just stop talking. Stop talking. Stop acting like you know what you're talking about.
No, man. That's why I laugh at him because you know guys get into mad arguments with me about fights that I worked. You know what I mean? They get into things with me, and you know I'm an insider, yeah. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't put that out because I'm not trying to stop my money from there.
And you know what? And don't put it out. Let them, because it makes it that much sweeter when you see the conviction that motherfuckers argue with, and you like, bro, you do not have the foggiest fucking idea.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, man, because man, them go out there and talk about, you know, man, why they talk about like, you know, the one thing I do know for a fact on the inside, yeah, man, I know that Steven Espinoza offered AJ a network deal. Man wanted to sign AJ. How long has Wilder been fighting on Showtime? Wilder's never been offered a deal.
Of course, and this is the shit.
And I could tell you, so you know what I do. So I could tell you the. Let me break it down. Let me break it down. I could tell you the budgets for the AJ shoots by Showtime versus the budgets for Wilder. You get me? You know what I mean? Like if you're a numbers person, if you understand the way the business works, so you know, I can tell you the budget for, you know, the AJ or this thing post. The budgets they put up post, you know what I mean, post the Klitschko fight. Let's put it this way. They flew a crew from New York. Now, obviously, I'm British Nigerian, but I live in New York. Went to NYU. I've been here since this thing. But Mandem flew me out to Sheffield with my soups and all the, like half the crew from here. You know what I mean? For AJ. You get me? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put it this way. It should have always been, to anybody who's remotely acquainted with how these networks deal with promoters and boxers, it should have struck a lot of people as odd that Showtime is obviously involved in Wilder's career, but they never actually made him a big cash guarantee. Like, bruh, you've been fighting on this fucking network for a long ass time. Why did they not think enough of you to lock you in to a multi-fight agreement? They not committed to you.
Yeah, and honestly, the real beef here between Espinoza and basically Espinoza got blindsided in a bidding war with HBO. He thought he had an inside track on that fight that was on both networks. And basically, I remember it like it was yesterday because they pulled us off a shoot. Like he came back and it was like, what, you know what I mean? Man's got HBO bidding on the AJ fight, and he was upset because he thought, whatever the reason, he thought he had an inside track because he's done a bunch of things with AJ, and AJ had never been on HBO. So he was pissed off that Hearn brought him in a bidding war. I mean, he stuck it out. He got half the rights or whatever, but he felt like HBO should have never been involved because he'd invested certain amounts of money previously in AJ. You get me?
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way when it comes to Espinoza. It's not hard to understand why he ends up in those situations because he's still riding that Mayweather scooter. That's where his brain is at. That we used to be the shit. We was in bed with Mayweather. And you don't understand it like, yo, that era is over, bruh. It's over for that, all right? At the end of the day, Foxton got a lot of the talent that was groomed on your network. The PBC is not loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? Hearn, it's like, bro, unless you got AJ in a multi-fight commitment, bro, you don't have him either. All right. You gotta lock them into that contract. You didn't do that. So they up for the highest bidder. AJ was up for the highest bidder. HBO blindsided you because you ain't got enough funds to lock him into a multi-fight agreement. That's what it looked like to me. Otherwise, they would have did that.
Yeah, so you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. So I said AJ did the same thing. What's that model? There was a model, who made sure that all her contracts were negotiated in euros because she didn't trust the dollar. So AJ, basically, the situation is that his contracts have to be negotiated in pounds. So now you do the math with the exchange for a U.S. network trying to get into business with him.
I think the main thing that convinced me, right, that fight might actually never happen is as soon as DAZN came into the picture, right? You're talking about guaranteed money versus maybe if money, because that's what pay-per-view is. You can only guarantee the guys a nominal amount of money, whereas Anthony Joshua already knows I'm good for way more money than y'all could give me in my own backyard. So I don't have to make concessions or acquiesce to anything to come make money with y'all when I already make more money than y'all on my side of things. So why would I acquiesce to all of you? Whereas Showtime not going to guarantee that man the kind of money that he already getting. They're not going to do that because they ain't got it. So you're just being sarcastic and mocking morons who actually think that. It's the same dude who makes the videos. Yeah, this is my normal voice, Joshua. I speed up the videos to save on runtime. That's why I speed up the audio. Because if I don't, the video fuck around and be a half hour. Exactly, Francisco. If I'm telling you, for example, if I come to you and I say, look, I got 20 million guaranteed for you versus someone else saying, okay, I got 5 million guaranteed for you and you might make 20 off the upside. Bruh, it's not common. It's common sense. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. That's what it is. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Why gamble what you already got, what you know is guaranteed for some shit that might not even be there? It's a lot of little shit like that, man. It's a lot of little shit like that. Wilder bet on himself and got a cool $3 million. It is what it is. But I honestly view that I view Wilder versus Joshua as a dead conversation, because even if Joshua wins, right, it's going to go back to the same shit. The window of opportunity was there for them to make that fight. And we saw what Wilder did with the opportunity. Motherfuckers want to play with emails and fabricate deadlines that don't need, like, bro, if you guaranteeing me $50 million, we got to get together and set up that escrow account so that we know that the money's real. We can't do that in 24 hours. So how the fuck you sitting here expecting me to believe that you got $50 million and I only got 24 hours to accept it? Bro, it's a lot of little shit that it's like, bro, that a lot of motherfuckers don't know how fights get made, so that's why they can't see the bullshit. How you gonna give me 24 hours to accept the offer? I don't even know if it's real. I don't even know what the terms are. We haven't set up an escrow account so that the funds could be deposited on a certain date into that escrow account. But you giving me 24, get the fuck out of you. You selling wolf tickets. $50 million. He's gonna give him 50 million dickheads, B. That's what he had. 50 million dickheads. Some people kept saying that Ortiz is guaranteed 7 million. Mike Kopinger tried to say that Ortiz was guaranteed 7 million. That's what he said. And I was like, I don't believe that shit. Because Mike Kopinger came out with pay-per-view numbers 2 days after the fight. When the fuck you ever seen that? In the history of me just being a boxing fan, I don't ever remember pay-per-view numbers coming out 2 days later. Ever.
That was comedy.
Like,
That whole situation was pure comedy.
Kopinger is on the PBC payroll. I'm not mad at him. I just don't believe him. That's all. I take everything he says now with a grain of salt. Because I'm like, bro, you came out with pay-per-view numbers 2 days after the fight, bro. You obviously fabricating numbers. That's what you're doing. Because any other time it takes about a week to 2 weeks for them to come out with a set of numbers. This motherfucker, the fight was on Saturday. This motherfucker's reporting numbers on Monday. I ain't never seen that shit before.
You can't even get a full count of the gate that quickly.
Bro, like I said, if you know how it is, you know how it is intimately. So you can see almost immediately they're like, bro, why are you lying? They must be paying you. They must be, because you're so obviously lying. You have pay-per-view numbers 2 days after the fight. Where'd you get them? Like, where'd you get them?
Man just looked at the comments and this guy is talking about, oh, AJ must be regretting 50 million. I'm like, how you regretting 50 million when you make it 85 million on the current fight?
Exactly. Like, but bro, it's common. Like, yo, like I said, dog, a lot of these guys don't have, like, bro, Wilder is guaranteed $3 million. If he's lucky, this pay-per-view will break even though I'm not even sure it will. I don't know what the break-even point for this thing is. I imagine that it's similar to the break-even point from the Fury fight, which is about 250,000 pay-per-view buys. That's roughly $18 million. I don't know that they're gonna make that. I literally don't know if they're even gonna make that. I don't, because I know I'm not buying this fight. And everywhere I look around, everybody's saying the same shit. I'm not buying that shit. Nope.
No, they try to put a few interesting things on the undercard, but honestly, someone asked me the day at the gym, was like, "Oh, you watching the fight?" I was like, "Man, I'd rather watch Lara hit the heavy bag for 12 rounds."
Yo, listen, dog. They got fucking Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores. That shit is not intriguing, dog. At all. So
it's not. It's really not. And mind them in the comments are still going on about this money thing. Listen, AJ made 35 mil his last fight. He's making 85 mil this fight, and we're not even counting pay-per-view. That's guaranteed. Yeah. So on average, he's grossed 120 mil in 2 fights. What's Wilder's numbers looking like?
bruh, it's after a while, you gotta just, because that's what happens to me. I realize the kind of people that I'm talking to, and I'm like, bro, why am I crunching numbers for these buffoons when you should be able to look at he's making 85 million for this one fight. Meanwhile,
35 the last one.
Meanwhile, Wilder is only guaranteed $3 million. I should not have, I shouldn't have to talk after that. I shouldn't, but these motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers, man.
Well, in Wilder's defense, to the guy who keeps talking about the 50 mil, I guess Wilder didn't understand what a broadcast deal means or having an exclusive partnership with a broadcaster is, because he's never had one. So he didn't understand that AJ couldn't take it.
Look, like I said, I think my theory is that Frank Warren was only supporting Shelly Finkel's lie because Frank Warren knows AJ couldn't take that money anyway. Everybody, he's a Sky Sports fighter. He can't take an offer from BT. He'll fuck around, get sued for taking it. Okay, he had just signed a contract. He had just renewed his agreement with Sky Sports at the time that all this shit was going on. He can't take money from BT. It don't matter how much they offer him. He can't fucking take it. So you making an offer with money he can't take, putting a 24-hour deadline on an email, not a contract.
Was it an email or Instagram DM? I'm not even sure because I'm not sure if Wilder knows how to use email.
And the funny shit is, Shelly Finkel already admitted. He admitted the day after that shit that they didn't send Joshua a term sheet or a contract. He said you will receive that if you agree to the deal. Well, if you agree to take the money, basically, because they don't know what the fuck the deal is. They ain't gonna know what the deal is till you send them a contract. Like, bro, all this shit, all this information is stuff that I have put out there already from Shelly Finkel, his motherfucking self. So if motherfuckers is still arguing after that, all right, you a lost cause, bro. You a lost. That 50 million was fake, bro. If you can't see that shit was fake, I don't know what to tell you.
It's pure comedy. Oh, man, them got jokes in the comments. Said, "Is that KSI talking?" No, I'm not KSI, but like KSI, I'm British and Nigerian. But I could switch it to a full American accent if you'd like.
Hey, just
I do live in Harlem.
Hey, remember KSI won the fight, so he won the fight. That's what I remember. He won the fight.
Yeah, man's just got jokes on the accent. Oh, I listen, B. If you want me to switch it up, I could talk like this. If it makes you feel a bit more comfortable. You get me?
Shit is wild, man. Like motherfuckers treat Wilder like he like a religious cult leader or something. I'm like, dog, he's just a boxer, and all he is a boxer who is pricing himself out. It really is at its base. It really is that simple. He's just pricing himself out. That's all. He greedy. He wants a big chunk of AJ's pie, and AJ, he not gonna give it to him. And I don't blame AJ because it's like, bro, why the fuck would you been here longer than me? You should have collected all these belts already. You know you ain't want these shits. You clout chasing me, bro. That's what you doing. I wouldn't be mad at AJ if he said Wilder could suck my dick 50 million times with his fake ass $50 million. Fuck you. The time has come and gone, bro. I'm not dedicating no more time to you. I'm going to handle my mandatories. I'm going to give my UK fans a couple of fights because I've been fighting abroad. That's if he wins against Ruiz. Because, you know, your last fight, this fight is in Saudi Arabia. The last one was in New York. I think he should go back home, give his loyal fans from the UK a fight because they deserve it. They the ones that got him to where he is today. And just chill, B. Just chill. Do your thing. Because Wilder don't want to unify. He really don't. It's all a waste of time. It's all showmanship. If that motherfucker wanted to unify, he would have took the goddamn money.
And here's the thing, I always suspected the plan was, at least for Eddie Hearn, he wanted White to fight Wilder, get the belt, and then do a big rematch to unify with AJ. That's sort of why I feel White was chasing that WBC thing so hard. Because Mandem spent a lot of money on those WBC sanctioning fees only to get jerked around for what, like going on 3 years now.
Exactly. And I wondered, I'm going to tell you this. My demeanor towards that situation changed because in the beginning, when I saw that White wanted to fight Wilder, I figured, man, White going to get himself knocked the fuck out. That was my initial impression. But the longer it dragged on and the more effort I saw that they really don't want to fight Dillian White, and I don't know why. Like, bro, why you don't want to fight him? Like, knock him out, get that money. The first offer that they made for White, or one of the first ones, was about a $5 million offer. It was an optional offer. They offered him, I think it was $15 million and a rematch clause for Anthony Joshua and a $5 million option. It could have been White or it could have been someone of Wilder's choosing. I believe that was the second offer that they made Wilder. Wilder didn't want to take it. I'm like, bro, you just went life or death for $2 million with Luis Ortiz. You just went for $2 million. They offering you 15 for AJ and another 5 for whoever the fuck you want. Or it could be Dillian White. What'd he do? He don't take the offer. I'm like, bro, it's something about Dillian White that you don't like, bro. It's something about him that you don't like.
I'm not sure. Maybe he sparred him. I mean, because the last time he ran this hard was from Klitschko.
True.
And the other thing what people don't remember is that Eddie Hearn always throws in these if you lose clauses in fights. So a lot of these guys get these big cards offered them, and if they lose, they get a get back fight. Look at what's his name, Joseph Parker, Spider Man. He got
Mhm.
paid. There was a get back fight, and actually he made more in his get back fight because get back fight was on pay per view. So Eddie usually throws these guarantees. Obviously, he made the numbers public for the offers he made Ortiz, and there was like was 7 million. There was about another 3 million there on get back fights if he lost.
Even Kovalev right now, I heard, even though that's not really a Eddie Hearn situation, but the zone situated something similar to where Kovalev now is engaged to the zone for at least the next 2 fights, and it's the same dynamic that you still got some rebound fights they could set up for you. So it's really for a fighter. For the fighter, it's a good situation because you guaranteed work, you guaranteed money more or less. And if you want to retire after that, at least you got money to retire on. All right. Ortiz about to go out there, fuck around, get his ass knocked the fuck out for not much more money than he got the first time. That's fucked up, man. I mean, like, all jokes aside, that's fucked up. They done fucked that man out of $7 million. Bro, I'd have been ready to kill somebody, dog. Been ready to kill somebody. Like, bro, you telling me I could have had $7 million guaranteed? I ain't had to worry about it. I'd have killed somebody, bro.
And imagine if he had won. If he'd taken the 7 million, he'd won, right? He would have easily made about 20, 25 this year.
I'd say that let's say Luis Ortiz would have took the 7 mil. Let's just say hypothetically he would have won the fight. Obviously, he would have had to give Joshua a rematch. If he would have lost the rematch, he could have retired off of that because you probably made a score of about, I'd say those 2 fights could have got Luis Ortiz maybe 15 mil to 20 mil. That's more than enough to retire on. More than enough. You open up a car wash, a couple of bodegas so you get some money coming in, flip a couple houses. You still got plenty of money to go to fucking Ibiza and Greece. Like you got dough and you got money to keep dough coming in. Cause that man, I'm gonna tell you something. They say Luis Ortiz is like 39, but that man look fucking 45, dog.
Yeah, man. Man's he's got them West African football player ages.
Legit, like I look at his face, and because Luis Ortiz actually looks a lot like my grandfather. That's why I be going in on him. I'm like, he looked like my grandfather. And I'm like, yo, dog, he looked like my grandfather when my grandfather was 50, B. That's what he looked like. So that whole, he 38, 39, like, nah, he ain't 39, bro. Just like Rigo ain't no motherfucking 40. Rigo like 40 fucking 5 out here.
Yeah, nah, Rigo. I've seen Rigo. I mean, I've been around Rigo for like a little about 2 weeks in the gym. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously aged as well, but yeah, Rigo's got to be at least 45 because yeah, I'm just sort of like it's not the same. Especially Rigo's a dark chap too. You get me?
Dog, I'm gonna say Rigo has aged likely better than me and you will, but in terms of how old is he really, I would put Rigo at fucking 46 because when he smile, his whole face wrinkle up like a paper bag, like his whole face. That's like you know, motherfucker old. Motherfucker could sit there, no expression, right? You don't see no wrinkles. As soon as that motherfucker smiles, his whole face cringe up like a leather jacket. Like, bro, like that's how I know you old, dog. You like 45, 46. That's how I know.
Yeah, and I'm feel bad. You know what I mean? You're in the business of basically getting, you know what I mean? Well, obviously Cubans is hit, not get hit, but man, them cost you almost 20 mil. At least a minimum of, on the low side, right? They cost you 7 mil. On the high side, they cost you what would have been essentially 20 million. And I mean, your biggest payday was what? They even make 500,000 in the first fight.
I mean, those are I'll say that's what was reported to the commission, but we all know that, okay, if they paid out $500,000, well, he had to split that between his manager and Dade Promotions and his gym fees or whatever the fuck it is. So that motherfucker fuck around probably only really walked away with $250,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, precisely. And I mean, it's just
So I mean,
net.
like legit, just like if he would have got 7 million out of that 7, he probably would have walked away with 5 or 4. But that's still enough for you to buy a property, renovate it, flip it, keep the money coming in. Or open up a bodega. You can't lose money on a bodega because people always buy groceries. Or you can't
Yep.
lose money on a barbershop because people always get haircuts. You open up a business so you have that to retire on. In the in between time, you could take a little hiatus. You could take a little vacation. Then you give AJ his rematch. Like, imagine if Luis Ortiz would have beat him. Luis Ortiz would have walked away with approximately, I think, $20 million from 2 fights.
Yep. Easily.
But you know,
Eas-
that's
easily.
that it's like they fucked to me. They fucked that man out of a lot of money, a lot
And I
of
mean,
money.
and we're looking at the bright side, right? If he had won, like he could have lost the fight and honestly still retired with 7 mil.
Yeah, in all honesty, yeah, he could have retired on. I mean, look, how many people don't retire every day with less money than that? You know,
Yeah.
with less money than that in
I
America.
mean, because we're talking like it's a guy who's accustomed to millions and millions. His biggest fight, we just did the math, right? His biggest fight, he might have netted 80, 150K, right? He's fighting for 50 to 60K on undercards all the time. So imagine what him netting even 2 million, right, would have done for him if he invested it properly.
Exactly, and Ortiz is of age, so he doesn't strike me as a guy who would have got the cash and went out and bought a fucking Bugatti because he got kids, he got a family, and he's of age. He's not a young guy, a young 25-year-old. So he more or less probably has an idea what he would have did with the cash. But you over here fighting for peanuts on a pay-per-view that fuck around ain't gonna sell. It ain't go like. Bruh, I'll be surprised if that shit is anywhere near 300,000 pay-per-view buys. I'll be surprised.
No, I'd be shocked. They're trying to do everything to push it up there, but honestly, I don't really see it. I mean, here's my thing. I'm like, man, them this UK fights on. If those fights are on the zone, I'm gonna watch those and I'm gonna go out. I mean, if the fight's on where I'm at, Saturday night, I'll probably watch it. But man's not paying for that.
Oh no, no, no. I'm gonna be completely honest. If I'm not too tired because I'm pulling a 12-hour shift on Saturday, and when I get off, I'm gonna be fucking beat. If I don't go to like a Hooters or something to watch, because they not getting my money for that fight. I'll tell you that. They not getting it. I'll fuck around, go to sleep. I'm not afraid to do it. I did it to Javante Davis 2 times. I'm like, oh, it's Davis fighting? Fuck his fight. I'm going to sleep. I've done it. I did it with the fucking Nunez fight. I did it with the Hugo Ruiz fight. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to stay up to watch this motherfucker. Nah, I don't. It could be a fast fight. I don't care. I'm not staying up. Fuck
And
his.
honestly, that's a guy who's not going to last in the game either.
Nah, I don't think he is. I mean, he's on. The sad thing about Davis, in all honesty, is after that Pedraza fight, I figured like, yeah, this motherfucker gonna be the one after the Pedraza fight. That was 2017, dog. Since 2017, what the fuck have they had this man doing? They have helped assassinate his character with the boxing fans. Leonard Ellaby, Floyd Mayweather. They fucked his career up already.
And it's not even that. It's not even the business aspect. The guy, he puts on somewhere about 20, 30, 40 pounds between fights. That's never done well on any fight, especially in the lower weight classes.
Oh yeah, I mean and those little guys, I'll say any division below 135, little motherfuckers age like fruit. Them 130, them 126s, them 122s, them 180s. Like Davis is a little dude, but he a little fat dude. You can't be getting that fucking fat between fights, bro. Like you can't. Like every camp is a fat camp now. You ain't even working on technique and craftsmanship. You just getting fat and working to lose the weight.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's as he gets older, it starts to wear on him. Those fat camps starts to take a bigger toll on you. Historically, look at all the fighters that weren't heavyweights that even put in even heavyweights. Look at what happened to James Toney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, putting on all that weight between this thing. People, these guys want to be Floyd, yeah. And I did all access with Floyd. You know what I mean? Floyd did things for the camera, but man was never ever like, listen, athletes know there's being in shape and then there's being in fighting shape. These chaps don't get out of fighting shape. They get out of shape for real.
Legit. They do though. Look at Broner. Look at Davis. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on with? Look at Spence. Before the car crash, he was getting fat between fights. Before the car crash, I seen the picture of him standing in that kitchen. That's supposed to be a recent picture. I'm not saying that I literally don't know what physical state he's in, but he does look fat. His face is full of shit. Floyd was a guy who maintained his shape no matter what. If it's a fight coming up, if it's not a fight coming up, that dude was a gym rat. These motherfuckers don't have that work ethic that he had. They don't.
No, they don't.
They
They
don't.
And that's also what made Floyd's, because every camp he was getting better. There was never a fat camp part of camp. It was 12 weeks to work on your opponent. No matter what he said about not watching his opponents, his uncle watched his opponents. They studied, they worked on things, they worked on traps, they worked on everything for every fight. That's what the camps were about. It was never about, conditioning or dropping weight.
I mean, shit. The way I look at it is the schedule that the PBC has a lot of their fight. Like, look at Danny Garcia's schedule. I'm not saying that knocking out Adrian Granados was a big deal, but it was a nice little knockout for the highlight reel. And you're supposed to build off of that because it wasn't a fight that was a war. It was a war for Adrian Granados, but it wasn't a war for Danny Garcia. So if you feeling good and you took minimal punishment in the fight, all right, on to the next one. What does the PBC do? They keep this man out of action for 8 months. 8 fucking months of nothing. You had one fight the whole year, one fight. That's it. That's bad for your psychology. That's bad for your sharpness. That's bad for your fucking competitive nature.
And honestly, ring Ross is a real thing.
Of course.
I've only done amateur, but I know what the difference is when you're out there. When you're not really active in there, getting it for 6 months. So imagine man that's a pro doing it for almost a year.
Listen, bro, the PBC stable is like if you went to a grocery store and took the caps off all the ginger ale. By the time you come back, all them shit's gonna be flat. That's what they stable is like, bro. That's why Peter Quillen lost to Angulo. That's why that happened. That's why Marcus Brown lost.
Yo, but I told you about Quillen though. Like I told you, Quillen was shot after the Andy Lee fight, man. I was in the locker room with man, and like I know man personally, yeah, he didn't recognize me after the Andy Lee fight at the Barclays.
I'll say that I'll say every fight that I've seen him in thereafter, after that Andy Lee fight, he did look flat. He did. He looked flat, and his punch resistance didn't seem there. Because look at what happened in the Jacobs fight. D. Jefferson was good. Hold on, let me add him to the shit. D. Jefferson was good.
What's good with you, homie?
All right, I'm good.
That's what's up.
I'll say the PBC stable is as if I twisted off all the caps on the ginger ale at the local Aldi. Come back, they're gonna all be flat. That's what I think. Because it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's not a job to where you just got to go through the motions. But in boxing, you have to want to be there. You have to want to be there. It can't be no other way. You got to want them fights. You got to want them opportunities. And the PBC creates an environment for their fighters that they all become fat and happy. You can't have that in that profession. You can't have that.
Mine them have no ambition at all.
None at all. And that's what Floyd created for them. Because they lazy, bro. He make it, he's giving them these little.
Nah, I can't even say Floyd created it. I don't blame Floyd for that.
I don't put it on Floyd because Floyd has spoke about it in the past that these guys is acting self-entitled, and Floyd was like, man, when it was me, I took fights that was for $5,000. They'd be like, sorry, Floyd, we ain't got a lot of money. He's like, what you got? I got this fight for $5,000. All right, I'll take it. That's Floyd. Floyd had the right mindset, which is why he got to where he got. Them guys want to take shortcuts, and that's the problem. That's the problem. You're not going to get to be Floyd Mayweather without that pretty boy Floyd phase, because all of that was built off of that. He didn't get to be Money Mayweather in the beginning. He was pretty boy Floyd first. He had them dangerous fights.
Damn right. He performed in them too. Damn right.
So much so that he fucked up his own hands and he had to switch his whole style up. So I don't put it on Floyd. I put it on Heyman for trying to use a model that does not apply to those fighters because those fighters are
because you
not
need the
Floyd
talent.
Mayweather.
They're
They
not the
not
talent.
Floyd.
Not at all, bro.
You know what the PBC is to me? The PBC is like record companies always trying to put out. Remember a time where every 5-man group they were trying to be the Jacksons, or every R&B guy with a high pitched voice they try to make him Michael. But there's only one Michael. There's only one Floyd.
It's the same fucking thing as when Britney Spears came out. Britney Spears comes out. Every fucking bitch that comes out after that sounds and looks like Britney fucking Spears. It's the same shit as New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block came out. Every fucking boy band from 98 Degrees to NSYNC to the Backstreet Boys, they all is clones of New Kids on the Block. Like, bro, you can't. That's a very cheap way of going about things. All right, and that shit ain't gonna work because all these guys is not Floyd. I'm a big Floyd fan. I'll let that be known. He won me a lot of goddamn money, so I'm a real big fan of Floyd because he won me a lot of goddamn money. But aside from that, just the boxing shit of it, Floyd paid his dues, man. He did. He paid his dues, so he didn't get to that point to where he could pick and choose taking shortcuts. He made concessions to Oscar De La Hoya. Everybody seems to forget that. He fought Oscar at Oscar's weight. These motherfuckers, you can't get these motherfuckers to do nothing.
Yo, you know what? That's another thing. Since we were on the heavyweight thing, you know how many times man like Joshua was the B-side. He was the B-side against Martin. He was the B-side against Klitschko. And he said he actually talked about how little he got paid for those fights. But now, and he says, you know what? Why have I got paid? Oh, when I took the B-side money, now these guys want A-side money to be the B-side.
Exactly. It's like the shit he said about. It's like the shit that he said about. Remember when he said, "I'm a fighter, pub fighter." That's the fuck they doing. I'm out here fighting top 10 fighters. I'm out here fighting top 10 fighters. These motherfuckers is recycling fights and all this shit. Like, I'm a fighter, pub fighter after this Ruiz. And I don't blame.
And can I tell you, there's something a lot of people took the wrong way when he said, "Oh, this man's fighting Otto Wallin," right? So I know Otto. Otto trains at Mendez Boxing. Also, I know Otto from Sheffield when Otto was sparring partners with AJ. So when AJ was saying that, he was basically saying, "Yo, man's fighting my sparring partner, not even a guy that I could fight." You know what I mean? This is a guy that, and I'm going to be honest with you, you know what I mean? It was good competitive sparring, but AJ put the beat, and Otto's a great fighter, but Otto didn't give AJ those problems now sparring, didn't give AJ the problems that he gave Fury. So when AJ was like, "Oh, man's fighting," he was basically going like, "Yo, this man's really fighting my sparring partner." That's all he meant by that. It wasn't taking shots. It's just like, honestly, he says he's the best, but he's fighting my sparring partner. That's his opponent.
I'm gonna keep it a bean when it comes to Otto Wallin, right? Because I don't like shitting on. I just don't like.
No, and I'm not taking the piss at him. Like, that's a friend of mine.
I'm not gonna say that Otto Wallin is this or that. What I'm gonna say is that at the time that Fury picked him, I felt like Otto's not ready for that fight because Otto has not become a legitimate contender yet. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see
exactly. That's what AJ was saying. Basically, being you're fighting a man that's my sparring partner for 3 camps.
Exactly. Like, you see how Devin Haney going through the motions. He fought Abdulaev. He about to fight Fortuna. You going through the motions. You going through the process. Wallin was not even done with the process when Fury picked him. So it was a cherry pick in the sense that, come on, Fury, you supposed to be the lineal champion. You supposed to be the man and all that shit. You fighting Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin, but you the man though. Come on, B. Like,
IQ, let me ask you this though. The way Floyd moving Tank, you agree with that?
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, because I think he got like the protector up over that man.
Floyd, I think that Floyd's role as a promoter in guiding these fighters has lessened over the years. You don't see him in shit.
That's what I'm saying. Floyd's not actively involved in anything that Tank is doing. Tank has got his own manager, and Leonard Ellaby is the face. Floyd is not actively making decisions about what Tank does. And that's partially because of the way Tank is. You know what I mean? Floyd separated himself from Tank when Tank, you know what I mean? Because Tank was really brought to him by Adrian Broner. So yeah, Floyd is a figurehead. He's the guy. Remember when I've lived in New York long enough when guys were like, "Oh, Jay-Z owns the Nets," and man owned like less than 2% of the
Yeah,
Nets.
yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Minority.
That's what Floyd is. Floyd is
And
a face.
if you notice over the years, Floyd was a little bit more involved with Tank in 2017 and then less involved in 2018. And now you don't even really be seeing him around. He taking pictures in Dubai. He taking pictures in fucking Bangkok. Like he living his life. He not really the one that's orchestrating everything. It's Leonard Ellaby. If I had to put it on somebody, it's Leonard Ellaby. More than Floyd anyway. More than Floyd.
I can agree with that, but I can't really give Floyd a full pass because, like, the man is always on the screen talking for Tank, talking about how he gonna move Tank, talking about what Tank gonna do. So,
But that's his
me
job,
personally,
though.
I feel you because you're a
I'm gonna
promoter,
say
but
this.
I still
You
gotta
ever
put
had
some
an
on
uncle?
it.
You ever had an uncle or an aunt, an older relative that they make a lot of promises to you and shit?
Right.
They be like, yo, when I come next time, I'm gonna bring you this toy car, this, that. That's Floyd. That's what he doing. That's what he doing. Like, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at him over that because promoter's gonna promote. Bob gonna promote. Floyd gonna promote. What gets me mad is the actual decisions. The decisions that y'all made a decision to fight fucking Gamboa. Y'all made a decision to fight fucking Cuellar, to fight fucking Nunez. Y'all made a decision to fight them guys, man. I
But
ain't
you know
mad.
what's comedy to me is they're gonna hype Gamboa up after he loses.
The same motherfuckers that tell you Crawford ain't fought nobody is trying to hype up Tank fighting fucking Gamboa. Make it make sense.
They can't make sense out of that. And I just said on one of my videos that the man coming up to 135 with the same foolishness that he was doing at 130, bro. The same foolery.
And that's what it's gonna be. If Vasyl Lomachenko leaves 135, what's gonna happen? They're gonna elevate Davis to WBA full champion, and he gonna hold that belt hostage the same fucking way he did at 130. It's gonna be the same shit. He not gonna fight Campbell and well, he might fight a Fortuna. He might fight a guy like that, but he ain't gonna fight Campbell. He not gonna fucking fight no Teofimo Lopez, no Richard Comey. He not gonna fight them. So it's like, bro, why you even up here? You might as well have stayed down there.
Same foolishness, bro. But the problem was you couldn't stay down there because the little fat fucker can't make the weight over and over and over again.
And that's the only real reason I think it's like that's the only real reason I like why they moving him up. He ain't gonna fight nobody. It must be because he can't make 130 anymore. That gotta be it. Because he ain't gonna fight nobody.
Nah, he's obviously not. I see sporting icons and then biases in the chat.
Oh shit, I'm bringing everybody on. I'm gonna bring on Andy P. Let me post for everybody. Get this shit popping.
Yo, what up,
Yo.
That's my man. What's up, Andy?
What's up, man? Yo, Ring IQ, I'm a big fan. What's up, man?
All right, what's goody, Andy? What's goody?
Man, I don't know how some of these PBC fighters can have fans, man. This Tank guy, he said he wants to fight Leo Santa Cruz after Gamboa. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And Leonard Ellaby said that that's a pay-per-view fight. And I'm like, bro, who the fuck you think gonna buy that shit, dog? Like, I'm not buying, and I'm a huge boxing fan.
Right.
I would not buy that.
Yo,
I can't wait till these guys lose their broadcast deals with all these pay-per-views because a lot of these pay-per-views are gonna flop really badly. The first one's gonna be this weekend.
Right, and all my life, bro, I called that before it even came out in the media, bro. I called that on Leo Santa Cruz. I said, bro, this man is gonna come up and fight Gamboa, and I bet you he fight Leo Santa Cruz after that. I called that shit, bro. And next thing I know, they talking this nonsense about Leo Santa Cruz. I'm like,
hey, Lennox.
Yep.
Someone in the chat asked earlier if you know anything about Errol Spence's condition.
Well, I don't. I'm not really, I'm not really involved. I'm not really involved with the PBC. Now, what I do is on the not media end, but on the.
I don't blame you.
On the camera and this thing, Ring knows what I do. I'm not even gonna get into it, but no, I haven't really heard anything. But it's suspicious because.
Let's put it this way. Given the nature of the crash and the fact that so many people are happy that he's okay, you would think that you would address your people, address your public like, yo, I'm good, y'all. Thanks for the love and support, all the shit, da 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 da. Fuck, we seen a video of Adonis Stevenson in his condition before we seen a video with Spence.
Exactly.
Right.
So something I hope, in all honesty, I'm not a fan of him. Y'all know I don't like the PBC, but I really hope he alright, because I think that would be super fucked up if that's how he go out. If that's the shit that fuck up his career. They like, yo, you was drinking too much, you done fucking flipped the Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will sit there and argue on the internet all day, but not one of their asses is gonna pay one of Spencer's bills. That's reality.
Yeah, I honestly think, bro, that they're delaying the announcement that the man ain't coming back. I just got an eerie feeling that's what's going on.
No problem, crazy.
That's possible, dog. That, in all honesty, that shit can happen. They talking about the Danny Garcia fight, but it's all talk, man. It's all talk. Like, it could be a spin job. How fucking terrible would it be if they taking their time with that shit? Whatever's really going on, they taking their time for a reason.
Danny Garcia hasn't done shit as a welterweight. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say on the wings of what he did at 140, I still got a little bit of respect for his resume. At 147, he hasn't done a whole lot, but he did fight Keith Thurman. He did. He lost.
Yeah.
He fought him. He fought Sean Porter. He did. So I give him that, because those is two. Even though they PBC guys, at the end of the day, they was top 10s. So I gotta give him that. They was top 10 fighters, and he fought them.
And he fought well too. He fought well. It's not like they were two good fights. So
and those was fights where every time motherfuckers was saying, "Oh, Danny gonna get killed. Danny gonna get killed," and he didn't get killed. Motherfuckers gave him a lot of respect. Keith Thurman, ahead of the Keith Thurman fight, everybody forgot. Oh, Keith Thurman gonna knock him out. People gave me shit because I was like, nah, Danny got a chin. Danny got a chin. Danny got like, nah, he gonna get knocked out. He gonna get run over. And you see the fight? It was a chess match. That wasn't no firefight. That was straight boxing. Keith Thurman gave him a lot of respect, mostly because I think Keith is kind of fragile, but that's another story.
Keith.
nah, I'm with you there, bro. I'm with you.
You know, man said Davis versus Gamboa is big like Leonard's nostrils. Man, why are you disrespecting my pops like that? Man's disrespecting my pops, yeah?
I don't know how Gamboa got that high ranking of their WBA.
The money, baby.
The WBA, you gotta, in order for you to really get a fix on the WBA's chicanery, because that's what it literally is by definition, is chicanery. Cuellar did not have a fucking rank in the WBA because he had not fought in 2 fucking years, and his last fight wasn't even at 130; it was at 126. He lost to Juarez.
They robbed Machado.
As soon as they announced Tank versus Cuellar, this motherfucker pops up in the top 5. How you pop up in the top 5 and you haven't fought nobody in 2 years and you lost your last fight?
And all these Tank fanboys always run to Cuellar. I'm like, bro, stop it. Stop it with Cuellar being one of the top fighters in that division, bro. I'm so tired of hearing that.
I'm trying to figure out how Machado lost his title.
Yo,
really? They was out with the corruption that they did to Machado. That shit was brazen, because Tank fight with Cuellar wasn't until like 8-9 months after Machado beat Corrales. So for this man was the champ for like 8 months, and y'all literally took his shit and gave it to somebody else. That's one of the most crooked shits I've seen in recent memory.
They gave no explanation for that,
and they're not going to. They're not going to. Gilberto don't be in front of the cameras as much as Mauricio. Mauricio is he loved the camera, because now all of a sudden he do all kind of interviews like Jess, the WBC franchise. I like to fight. It's good fight, good for boxing. Like, man, if you don't get all them fucking teeth you got, he got mad fucking teeth. Mauricio got mad teeth.
I got more than the 32, man.
He look like a shrug.
And man's not even media trained, yeah, because he's not even ready for the questions. Like he stumbles, he can't keep his lies straight. It's honestly, it's like,
you know, did y'all watch the interview where he was talking about the WBC franchise title, where he said he didn't even understand.
I get confused sometimes. Even I get confused sometimes. I'm like, bro, how do you get confused? This is your decision. You was literally there when they made the decision, and you confused. Like, right, get your lies in order before you come on camera. At least give us that much respect that you get your lies in order.
Hey, you ain't supposed to be confused, nigga. You at the top. You supposed to know what's going on.
Exactly.
How would the president of the organization stand on camera and say, "Even I get confused"? Like, how you get confused, dog? You the president of this shit.
Like, yeah, you the boss, nigga. You supposed to be making the decisions. How you confused, bro?
That's fucking crazy.
Basically, him saying he's confused was him saying, "Listen, we make this shit up as we go, and we haven't decided which way we're gonna go with it yet."
We don't have a good enough explanation right now, but give us 3 months and we'll have an answer. We don't have an explanation right now.
I mean, honestly, the WBC is ridiculous. The clenbuterol shit is just sort of like, oh man, you guys are just. Why don't you just go ahead and let everybody dope? Yeah, just go ahead and let. So, because honestly, you've given a pass to Mexican fighters to basically
think about it. Think about it.
Hey, Ring,
Dillian White was cleared. Dillian White was cleared by VADA, who helps them run the clean boxing program. They ain't find nothing on that man. But what does the WBC do? They suspend his status. Luis Neri tests positive for clenbuterol. What they do? They let him keep the title. The only reason Luis Neri lost the title was because he blew the weight. That was how he lost the WBC title, because he blew the weight. But when they actually caught him with the clenbuterol, they didn't strip him. They didn't take that belt from him. Right. It's obvious favoritism, man.
Right. IQ, I think I'm biased in sport and your backstage, homie.
All right, let me let Unbiased in.
Unbiased, what's
up, Unbiased?
All right, what's good, Unbiased?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
That shit.
What you guys talking about?
That shit. We talking about, like, you remember when Luis Neri, after the Yamanaka fight, he got popped he got popped for clenbuterol. The WBC didn't strip him, even though he did test positive for a bad substance. You fast forward 2 years, right? Dillian White does not test positive via VADA. They didn't find nothing in this man's system. WBC suspends him anyway. Like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Like, why don't y'all just say the shit? We're corrupt. We don't care. Y'all can't stop us. We the WBC. Y'all can't stop us.
Very corrupt, my nigga.
We're gonna do what
honestly.
We want.
I'd rather have the IBO than the WBC at this point.
Yeah, it's that bad. It's getting that bad. That's gonna be the only. The IBO is green too. We're gonna start calling that the green belt. IBO is green.
Hey, Ring, you heard that they're trying to make the PBC belt able to be considered a unification fight?
Yeah, bro, that bullshit.
That franchise?
Well, I mean,
no, the PBC belt. They're trying to say it's a unification.
Let's put it this way: the other 4 organizations, they gotta recognize it, and that's why the IBO is not considered a belt that you could unify, because the other 4, they don't even recognize that shit. Now, fuck around, the WBC, they might recognize it because they fuck with the PBC.
Yeah, they in bed with them.
And since the WBA fucks with the WBC, they might recognize it too. It's the IBF and the WBO that might be like, nah, fuck out of here, dog. We not recognizing that shit.
IBF not having that shit. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. IBF not having it.
IBF Al Heyman had that shit.
Al Heyman needs to go back to the music industry. This man is fucking everything up.
You know what I'm starting to believe? That it's not even Al Heyman and he's the Kaiser Soze fall guy of the shit. A part of me feels that Al Heyman is a guy that they use to blame the shit. Like, yeah, he's involved, but there's a reason that he doesn't do interviews. There's a reason you don't see this guy. And it's so that we could dump all the blame on Al, because it ain't like they're going to see his ass anyway. So
exactly.
Al Heyman fault, man. He made that decision.
And then you got cats going after Al as if you can scar his name. That man name already scarred, bro. You going after Al, that's a waste of your goddamn time. That man name already scarred.
And in reality, it's probably Tim Smith and Sam Watson, who you always see at the center of everything, and fuck around, beat them. Because I'm like, bro, everybody mad as shit is at Al Heyman, but we don't ever even see this motherfucker. That's like, yeah, that's the perfect fall guy. Perfect. You could blame everything on him. Like, man, look, man, the car got gas in it because of Al Heyman. The fucking got to change the brake pads because of Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
makes you think if he even exists? Like, was Bob lying? I don't know, man.
No, he exists. He exists. It's that perhaps his role is being overstated and he's being held responsible for decisions that maybe he's not even the one that's making them. Because who do we always see involved in PBC shit? Tim Smith, Sam Watson, Leonard Ellaby. These are the guys that we see on a regular at all the PBC shit. Al Heyman is nowhere to be found. Like that fucker, he fuck around weekend at Bernie's. He probably dead right now.
Yeah, and fucking Ellaby. Look, man, the way that man be talking, I thought you was CEO of TLT, but that man be talking like he's CEO of PBC. Because when Eddie Hearn sent the offer over, Ellaby came right on and said, Eddie Hearn don't do shit. We make the offers. Wait a minute, bro. You the CEO of TMT. What the fuck you mean we make the offers? Like he PBC CEO. You know what I mean?
And the funny shit is, they didn't counter Farmer's offer with a better offer. Like y'all ain't like you talking like you offer Farmer $10 million or something like that, bro. You ain't even paying Davis that shit. Get the fuck out of here, B. Davis was just on Twitter today. He was on Twitter today talking about I dream about counting millions, and I'm thinking, why you dreaming about it? I thought you was counting the millions already. What are they paying you? What are they paying?
Yo, that's the thing. Those
Davis
guys,
fights
man,
more on Twitter than in the ring.
They make a lot less. They make a lot less than what they actually say they do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get the whole betting on yourself, then making $3 million and you were offered $120 million. Like, bro, what is going on?
Yeah, and then to take that a step further, the purses that you guys do here, man, them dudes not even seeing half that money. By the time all of these fees come out from the PVC, the promotion and all, they're not even seeing half that money. And then they got to get taxes taken out of the portion that they see, man. Those guys not getting money like that.
Mind you, Wilder's like 34 now.
If I was Deontay Wilder, I would smack Shelly Finkel, Magneto looking at him. They're making me lose out on $120, bro. Hell no.
I remember they were interviewing them, and he had Shelly Finkel just interrupting him to answer a question, like why he didn't take the money. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
All right.
They got a plantation over here?
I mean, they had people fooled for a while, but bro, after 2 or 3 fights, you can't justify turning down that money no more. There's no justification for it. Then you making $3 million in a rematch with OT. Come on,
Wilder
bro.
must have bet that he'd lose. I don't know about all this shit.
Basically, he bet. I know I ain't gonna make no money in my next fight, but I don't want to get knocked out by AJ, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Bro, it's red, black, and green on the roulette wheel. Wilder dropped his money and put that shit on yellow.
He's been fighting for like 11 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo, B, that's some real autistic shit. Put 50,000 on yellow.
Yellow, my nigga. That shit ain't even on the wheel, dog.
Real shit though. But look, he getting used, and that's been obvious for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He getting used. That's been obvious for a long time. The only reason it's a talking point is because people keep trying to argue against that shit. That's the only reason it became what it is now, that it's such a hot topic. When, bro, you can see he getting used. They move him around however the fuck they feel like. It ain't to his benefit. It's to their benefit. To either the network or the PBC, one or the other. But he like, really, he should have been a star by now. You've been around since 2009, bro. Since Vitaly, since Vladimir, Fury been around, Chisora been around. Like a lot of motherfuckers that done came and went, and you still really not popping in the States though. You've been here the whole time. Still not popping.
He built his name off of AJ's back. That's really what happened, fam. Like people don't want to admit that, but that's the truth, man.
Because I'll say that Wilder did not become a real trending topic until the end of 2015, 2016 and on. Because before that, wasn't nobody checking for this man, B. Everybody was focused on who? Floyd fucking Mayweather and Manny motherfucking Pacquiao. Before that. Right. That's what was at the center of all the conversations. When motherfuckers wasn't talking about them, who was they talking about? Canelo and Cotto, Andre Ward a little bit at 168. Like I always said, if Floyd Mayweather wasn't around, Andre Ward would have got that shine. But at that time, it's hard to stand out when Floyd Mayweather is monopolizing all the attention. If it wasn't for that, Andre Ward would have been pound for pound #1 that whole time.
Yeah, and then explain to me this. Explain to me this too. The heavyweight division is, historically the most popular division, right? So America has the most casuals with the most money. So explain to me this. How do you have a heavyweight champion, 30-0, 30 knockouts, and virtually unknown? Give Oscar some heat for that, bro. Exactly. Give Oscar some heat for that. Because, bro, we got casuals here. You can promote that and make money off of that. Anyway, he should have been known, bro. He was 30-0, 30 knockouts. Everything is perfect. And he's virtually unknown. You got to be kidding me, bro. That makes no sense.
I feel like Wilder's a money pit, and that it's only a couple of people that could really sell you Wilder. I honestly think Eddie Hearn could sell you Wilder, but I don't even think Bob Arum could sell you Wilder. I don't, because he been here the whole time. At some point, it's got to be about the fans looking at you and saying, "Yo, that motherfucker nice." Motherfuckers looked at Wilder for years and say, "Yo, that motherfucker can't box. Like he hit, but he just can't box, man. Like he looked like me out there, just throwing. He look crazy out there. Like nah, he can hit, but he can't box." So
no doubt.
You look. Fox is doing all they can to sell you this dude, right? They doing all they can. They put on a fucking the camp shit. 2 million people watched it. But at the end of the day, I'm not buying that fucking fight. It don't matter what y'all. I'm not buying it. No.
Bro, I promise you, I'm not buying it. I've been said that. It's a given. If he don't beat Luis Ortiz, throw him out the door, bro. But it's a given that he beat that man, in my opinion.
Bro, I'm not even gonna stream it. I'm not even streaming that shit. I'm good.
I got a 12-hour shift on Saturday, and I'm still wondering, am I really going to stay up to watch this shit? Because I'm really not that interested. Like, I've done it with a couple of PBC cards already. I'm like, bro, I'm not staying up for that shit. And you gotta work on Sunday, so it better be good. Now, I'm not. Y'all already want $75. Y'all not getting it. Y'all not gonna get it. So I fuck around, go to sleep, and catch the highlights.
Honestly, and they got Neri and Santa Cruz on that card, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm all right. I'm gonna say this. I might watch Neri versus Rodriguez. I'm actually interested in that. Neri versus. I want to see how Neri does with Rodriguez. Santa Cruz, fuck him. He don't fuck him. And his Miguel Flores fight. I ain't worried about that shit.
Didn't Neri get popped for a clean? Isn't he on the clean list?
Yeah.
About that Flores guy, is he the one that got knocked out by Rigondeaux?
I think so. Wait, is that the same Miguel Flores? Hold on.
I'm wondering.
No, I'm about to check right now. That's how much.
Someone's got to get on the box right.
Let me see. Leo. Putting Leo in this motherfucker. I'm not gonna watch that shit either way. I could feel it that I'm not gonna watch that shit. That I'm gonna decide to go to sleep that day.
Yeah. And I don't understand. How they can justify charging that much money to watch Wilder step in there throwing all kinds of fucking windmills and helicopter hooks and shit.
Honestly,
if it was fucking Wilder, right? If it was fucking Wilder and say Dillian White, I would honestly pay the $75 because of the backstory. I would pay it. Because that's like, yo, he been waiting to fight you for 3 fucking years. Yeah, I'm paying to see that. I want to know how this ends. Wilder fights where you know how it's going to end. You know how
and if they want to make money on the pay-per-view, if Wilder really wants to be a star, he could have done it. Well, he'll never be a star, but he could have made money fighting Dillian White on pay-per-view.
Sure.
Exactly, bro. He could have made money fighting Dillian White in the UK and also on pay-per-view.
And he would have got UK fans for that shit because he would have traveled. And if he get the job done, you're gonna get respect, bro. If you travel, you get the job done, you're gonna get that respect. Like, look, Regis Prograis lost to Josh Taylor, right? But motherfuckers respect his ass. Like, yo, you fought your heart out, dog. Shit, some motherfuckers don't even think you lost. Whatever the case is, you got respect because you went out there and you did the shit. Well, they ain't gonna let him do nothing, like, especially not now. He really think he a star.
Prograis also went out of class man. You know what I mean? He didn't make excuses and all out. He went out with class. But Lennox, check this out though. Go a little bit back to what I was just saying before, where Wilder was at Oscar. With Oscar and still virtually unknown. You got these American casuals here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Now, one thing we got to say is it's exciting to see a knockout. So that's what they expect with Wilder. That's how they selling that shit, bro. American fans,
Listen. I get it. Like I've lived here since on and off since about '95. I get it. But my thing is, my first experience with Wilder, I'm a boxing fan. Like I box, you know what I mean? Any morning you can find me at Mendez Boxing, 26th in between 5th and 6th in Manhattan. You know what I mean? I saw him chasing an internet troll. The heavyweight champion was running around on YouTube chasing some internet troll who he punched a few times and couldn't knock out. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like, man, that was my first introduction to the guy with the belt. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit embarrassing. You could never see anything like that from just any of the other former champs. Yeah. And okay, my fundamental reason is, like I told Jules earlier, I like boxing. Yeah. My number one top fighters, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones. I actually am a big fan of Lara Rigondeaux. I like good, skilled boxers. You know what I mean? And I just can't stomach how unskilled, because anybody can punch hard. That's a fact. Anybody can punch hard. I just don't respect how messy. It's just like when you've seen good, skilled heavyweights like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and even
Larry
the Klitschko's.
Holmes.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You look at
Klitschko's.
all these different eras: Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, fucking Michael Spinks. Go back and watch Michael Spinks versus Jerry Cooney. That's a beautiful fight. And then you look at Wilder, it looked like you watching your sister fighting somebody.
And additionally, people don't. His own team, his fighters don't respect him. Remember, Gervonta Davis said he fights like a Tom girl.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. His own trainer said that he reminds him of his skill level is of him when he was 12. So I mean that kind of lets you know right there.
But let me say this though, bro. Let me say this. That man, and by no means am I defending Wilder, but when I used to fight a lot in the street, that man find a way, no matter what, to get that right hand in there. It's different. Like he not.
Who has he fought though? Who's he fighting? That's my question.
Wilder with the right person would be a great counterpuncher, because that's how he knocked guys out. He hit them with that right hand and they don't see it. So that's what he got. He actually does have timing and counterpunching. It's everything else that he don't got footwork. He don't got a judicious jab. He don't really even got a good jab. When he don't even keep the right hand high to protect the other side of his face in case something come back at him. That's why Gerald Washington was out jabbing him. That's why that was happening. Because like, why is your right hand so? What are you doing, bro?
And he knocked himself down against Spilka.
Spilka was whooping his ass for real, bro. I don't know if people was paying attention to that, but Arthur Spilka was putting the mitts on him.
He was, and he had him tripping over his own feet.
No doubt.
Everything Lennox said was facts, bro. Like Wilder is an embarrassment to the listen, I'm American, but I get embarrassed like watching him box, because it's like, damn, this is how far gone we've come, you know what I'm saying?
Shit. Something about a world star hip hop.
Exactly. So that's my thing. I feel like Wilder would be great in the UFC. You know what I mean? Where people just come to see knockouts.
But see, that's why I go hard for Terrence Crawford.
Put him in bare knuckle fighting.
Terrence Crawford makes me fucking proud to be and I'm not saying that shit for laughs. Motherfucker make me proud to be an American. Him. No,
Crawford's he's a real boogeyman. He is definitely a real boogeyman.
Jamel Herring, for the girls, Michaela Mayer, Sinicia Estrada, those good American fighters. Clarissa Shields. My only problem with Shields, and it's not her fault, is that the weight class that she campaigned in don't have a lot of people in it. She can't do nothing about that. But is she a damn good fighter? Yes, she is.
She a good fighter, bro. But my thing with her is her mouth too, man. She needs to shut the fuck up about some issues.
Well, you know what is
it's too much for me, bro.
You gotta blame the promoters, because the promoters don't do a good job of kind of teaching these people that them being able to market themselves is how they eat. You know what I mean? If you notice, you can't really break apart anything AJ says because AJ doesn't really say much. So you can't sit there and pick apart an interview, blah blah blah. And when he does say something, it's pointed. You know what I mean? Mandem jumped out the window because he said something about Lennox Lewis, but Lennox Lewis basically slandered this man nonstop for about years. And
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
No, honestly, it was on some bitter female thing. Man was trying to manage AJ and felt like because AJ didn't sign him. Everything Lennox says about AJ isn't about Lennox Lewis. He's more upset at Eddie Hearn because he feels like he should be making that money with AJ that Eddie Hearn is making. That's all
well,
it is.
he did the same thing to Tyson Fury too. So
man, Lennox would have did for AJ with fucking who the fuck was that? What David Hay did for Joe Joyce? Not a goddamn fucking thing. That's how that would have went. AJ, that's how that would. AJ landed in the right place, man. Even if he loses the Andy Ruiz rematch, he made a ridiculous amount of money in a short amount of time. It was 6 years. AJ has only been a pro boxer for 6 fucking years. That's it. So, I mean, if you ain't do shit else, you did that.
And it sucks because the guy was an elite boxer in his time. And then I hear him saying all this dumb shit, and it's like, come on, bro.
He's got, you know what I mean? Honestly, sometimes I listen to Lennox talk, and I wonder if he's drunk or high. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what painkillers he's on. Because
Like,
mine just makes no sense.
When it comes to Lennox Lewis's shit, I like to listen to motherfucking Hatman and Boxing Beats and Rhymes because they have an insight that I don't have in regards to Lennox Lewis.
Well, I could fill you in on that. It was basically like Lennox just never got the love. And let's be frank, Lennox went to fight in Canada because it was the easy route. It was an easy route. And what's the thing about it is, you know what I mean, there's something about, you know, the UK and like winning on home soil and meeting the Queen. You know what I mean? The Queen, AJ met the Queen after he won this thing. You know what I mean? You know who gets to meet the Queen? Like that same Olympics, James Bond escorted the Queen to the opening ceremony. So that's a big thing. Like you become a national this thing. You know what I mean? So it's that jealousy. And it's the same thing that Fury has against him. It's sort of like, wow, the British public has really, really, really embraced this guy. And Fury takes it to a whole other level because he feels like, damn, man's not even like proper British. He's Nigerian. And he gets all this love. You get me?
Yeah. Like, bro, did you hear his commentary during the Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison and Jermell versus Korobov?
I don't know what fight he was watching. I did not know what fight. Like, I get the fact that there's a script and you're supposed to sort of, you know, cheer on the house fight and have the people watching think the house fight is doing well, but at some point it's sort of like, bruv, what are you really talking about? What is you talking about?
I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about the rematch? Because that's actually, I'm intrigued by the rematch because to me it looked like Tony Harrison is still living in Jamel's mind.
Man, Jermell never recovered from that post-fight press conference when he was crying, bro. That was fucking crazy.
He's like,
honestly, man, I was watching the press conference when he said your own trainer and promoter don't even like you. The look on Jamel's face.
That was priceless.
It's like when I hear a fighter say that they don't play video games because they don't like to lose, like your mental strength is in question,
bro. And he Jamel is like, when I saw Shakur cry at the Olympics, I felt for him because he a little boy, like he was young. When I seen Jamel cry, I was like, what the fuck wrong with you? You're 30. Suck it up.
Like, bro, Lions only.
Laughing like a motherfucker. And not only that, I'm gonna tell you something. I did a video on both of them Charlo sisters. Look, and the title of it,
Charlotte.
The title of it is one the Charlo twins, Liar and the Crier, bro. You understand what I'm saying, bro? I did a video on both of them niggas, bro. That shit was crazy. He started crying on stage. You a 30-year-old man crying? You a fighter?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what I remember, look, when Shakur lost at the Olympics, right? Motherfuckers was really trying to talk shit about him. I'm like, yo, he's a little boy, dog. Like, he's young. Like, he a kid. I feel for him. But Mel, I was like, yo, dog, ain't you like 30, 31 years? Why are you crying? Get that back. That's it. What the fuck wrong with him?
Yeah, and Tony Harrison was talking all kinds of shit, calling him the ultimate hoe and everything.
Tony Harrison was, oh my goodness, it was embarrassing. And the thing is, Jamel had nothing to say back. Tony Harrison was just digging and digging and digging and digging.
I think that we need to start a best shit talker award because Tony Harrison, when he talks shit, it's a pleasure. It's like Ricardo Mayorgas from Detroit. That's what because he said the best shit, the best. Like you still a hoe. I just seen that. He's like you still a hoe. I can't even say it how he said it because it was power in that shit. I was like, yeah, he is a hoe. He a hoe.
You know the Detroit, the land of the pimps. They got that mouthpiece on it. You know what I mean? That's the land of the pimps.
That's why, and behind the pound for pound shit talking of Tony Harrison, motherfuckers don't realize that shit could affect you down to your bones. Motherfucker talking some shit like that. If it's true, if even 10% of you feels that shit is true, you gonna bring that shit the night of the fight. And I'm wondering if Tony gonna win that fight. That's what I'm wondering. Is he that belt or
nope? And that's the thing. Nope, I don't think he's gonna win. And a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but it's a two-edged sword with that shit, right? Either you dig in him mentally and you got him, or you awake a sleeping giant because you done pissed him off. And I think it's the opposite. Because look, man, the fight was too close last time anyway. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think Jamel gonna beat his ass, bro. And I don't even like the Charlo, but I think he gonna beat his ass. Watch.
That's true. He didn't lose by much. He didn't lose by much, so that's a fair point. He didn't lose by much. He got make a couple adjustments. He ain't lose by much.
Yo, but if you watch his fight after that, he was doing the same thing that he did in the Harrison fight. I just don't think he could make the adjustments. He's throwing everything at the same speed, same velocity.
With Tony, the adjustment that he got to make for Tony, because Tony's a pure boxer. He's hit and not get hit for 12 fucking rounds. All he got to do is pressure Tony and let his hands go. Stop looking for one punch and just let him go. Throw combinations, let him go. Tony not going to like the pressure. Ain't no pure boxer out there like that pressure of a guy constantly forcing you to move around, forcing you to fucking engage. That's all Jamel really got to do.
And you got to understand that if Jarrett Hurd was able to impose that kind of will on him, Charlo can do it, bro. Because that's how Hurd beat him. That's how Hurd beat him.
Jarrett Hurd ate a lot of punches doing that though. That's kind of different because Jamel Charlo was getting rocked by the jab, and every time he threw his jab, Harrison was countering it. So I mean, I hear you, but I don't know, man. I think Harrison beats him more.
That's something that a lot of people like. Tony Harrison was rocking Jamel, but look, Jamel won't really he won't hurt or wobble, bro. He was getting popped, no doubt, but he kept coming like, come on. So that shit won't really let's not sleep on that man shit, bro.
Just wait until Harrison starts sitting on his shots more. Then we'll see if he's just gonna be coming in saying I want more.
Allow him to sit on those shots. I'm with Ring IQ. If he pressure that man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna knock that motherfucker out.
That's the only adjustment that that's the only adjustment that Jamel needs to make. Up the tempo, up the volume. You might have to take a few to give a few, but that's the adjustment. That's all you really need to do. Instead of looking to finish the fight with just one punch, throw combinations. You trying to set up the jab and all that shit, and your jab is getting countered. So you can't do that. You just got to stalk them. You might get hit a little bit, but that's what you got to do. Walk them down.
Yeah.
My only issue with Jamel, man, even in the Vanis Martirosyan fight, he had the same problem. He was just getting his ass outboxed because he throws everything the same velocity, same tempo. He don't switch up. He just stalks you and tries to take your head off and eats punches. That's why people thought Vanis beat him.
I think what could be the issue is that he's trying to fight a bit more like Jamal.
To me, he's trying to fight like Spence. He's trying to fight like Spence. That's what it looked like to me.
I think Spence trying to fight like them. That's what I think. I think they hang out too goddamn much. That's what I think.
I think Derrick James should be under question. They should put his ass under investigation.
I've been saying that about Derrick James ever since that video when Spence and Davis and Easton was drunk on camera, and I seen Derrick James walk up, and I'm like, you don't feel no kind of way that your fighter is out here saucy as shit. You don't. I wondered about that. Like, does he say anything about Spence constantly fucking drinking and getting fat between fights because it really don't look like he don't say shit.
All right. I told the buyers they gonna send the tactical team to Derek James. Say, come on, bro, get that Fighter of the Year award back. Give it all back, bro. You got to pass that up, man. I don't even know. Look, he's suspect right now. Derek James highly suspect right now, bro.
Yeah, I think that the trainer of the year. Who else? Mark Ramsey got better beef, but who else he got? Who else? That's the only fighter I know that Mark Ramsey. But Mark Ramsey's a good trainer. Roberto Garcia is a good trainer.
Yeah, Robert,
Buddy
man.
McGirt.
Buddy good. Yeah. I like Robert though, man. I like Robert.
I like Buddy. Buddy's smart.
Yeah.
Buddy's smart. Like if it wasn't for Buddy, Kovalev wouldn't have won that Alvarez rematch. He wouldn't have won that shit.
I agree with you.
I lost a yard too.
Cause he looked almost like a different fighter, man. Like a total different fighter. Like he brought him up.
That's what I'm saying. If you could resurrect Kovalev for just that one fight, that's saying something. Cause I thought he was finished, and he fucking beat Yard after that. So yeah, I like Buddy. I like Buddy.
No doubt.
Motherfucking Roberto had Josecito Lopez ready to beat Keith Thurman. That's something.
Yo, man, Thurman. I won't say this about Thurman. I won't convince anyway, bro. I was telling people going into that Josecito Lopez fight. I said Josecito coming out of Robert Garcia gym. He gonna be a dog in that fight. When Thurman went to fight Pacquiao, I was one of the only ones saying, bro, I don't know what y'all seeing Pacquiao gonna beat this dude. I'm telling you, I was not convinced that Thurman,
I'm gonna say this. The only reason that I didn't pick Pacquiao is because he's fucking old, and I can't trust no old ass man to go out there and deliver. Because I didn't trust Keith Thurman. I'm like, bro, this dude rib cage is made of glass. You know you don't want to fight nobody. You've been ducking Spence for 40 fucking years. You don't want to fight Crawford. I already felt like, yo, Keith Thurman is semi-retired to me, but fucking Manny is old as shit. Like, you old as shit. So I don't trust you and I don't trust him. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with that, but Thurman, man, I won't convince, bro. I just won't convince.
Bro, I don't even know what are they gonna do with Keith Thurman, dog? What are they gonna do with that guy? He already took the rest of the year off. Like,
he got an injury again, my nigga. He out again. This fool out again, bro. Like, that's what all I need to
hear. He injured again. It's gonna be another year. Keith Thurman will be back in 2021.
Meanwhile, Crawford is just stuck with nobody to fight.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
Keith Thurman's built like David Hay.
I feel for Bo Crawford.
I feel for him too, man, because he don't deserve that. He don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? He's so good, they scared of him. Shit. But going to 54, I seen somebody leave a comment in a video I just uploaded that they was like, yo, why don't he go to 54? And it's like 54 is not an option because it's going to be the same thing up there. Julian Williams, Jamal Charlo, Tony Harrison, most of the guys at 54 is on the PBC side of things. So you're going to end up in the same situation with bigger people, but you're still not going to be able to get the fights. So,
and another problem with 54, my bad, Andy, but another problem with 54 is, hey, bro, you got to fight some of the top guys at 47 first before you go walking up to 54.
That's true.
Because, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I understand the guys ducking them and everything. But, bro, we got to see what you can do with these top fighters. Fight Porter, all of that we friends shit, that shit need to go out the window.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, if that fight get made, I'm saying it now. I'm saying it. Crawford will be the first to stop Sean Porter.
You think?
I already see. And this ain't like them fights that I got wrong, right? When I get a fight wrong, it's because I got it 50-50. I don't have that 50-50 at all, dog. At all.
No, I don't got that 50-50.
Oh, no.
I don't got that 50-50, but I got that as a tough-ass fight for Crawford because we ain't seen it yet. Look, Crawford ain't fought nobody like that yet.
On a smaller scale, yes, we have. The Felix Diaz fight. Felix Diaz like to rush motherfuckers and get deep in the pocket the same way that Porter do. And Crawford got a dog in him. He not going to clam up and get scared just because Sean Porter is getting in his wheelhouse. He going to punch with him. And Crawford is accurate. That's the difference.
That's true.
And Porter's defense is leaky too.
Hell, when
That's
Porter,
true about IQ. Check this out. You talking about two different dogs, my nigga. You talking about a damn Labrador, and then you talking about a Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
think
a
that,
bigger dog
it-
right
it-
there, my nigga.
it's more along the lines of I'm gonna say that he has had the right fights to prepare him for a fight like that because that's the kind of fight that it's gonna be. First, it was the Gamboa that he a little dude. He got to get deep inside to hit you. You had that fight. Then you have Felix Diaz at 140, same principle. A little dude. He got to get deep on the inside to hit you. You done dealt with that. You ready for Porter, man? I'm telling you right now, he knocks out Sean Porter. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know what I really want to see.
I see him knocking him out, but
The only thing I can say about Porter's faced like the biggest punchers in that division. I think Bud, he got some good cracks, but I don't know if he got more power. I don't think he has more power than Thurman or Danny.
I do.
He's more precise. He's more precise.
Bro, Thurman hit Sean Porter square in the fucking jaw. He didn't stop coming after him. Spence went to fucking World War V with him. He didn't stop coming after him. What's the difference? Them guys is not accurate like Terrence Crawford, dog. Crawford hit you with some shit is just clean, and make you think about shit.
I hear you, but
Jeff Horn.
He landed when Thurman did land though. Porter still kept coming. This is the only thing I can say. Crawford, he breaks down his opponent better than Thurman and Spence, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and people always talk about Spence's body shots, but Crawford's body shots go unnoticed. The dude, his combination to the body and then back up to the top. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one of the best in the game. So I could see him breaking down Porter, but that's exactly what he would have to do to stop Porter. He had to break him down from the body all the way up.
He will stop Sean Porter, and Kenny Porter knows it. Sean knows it too. They know it. All right. This is Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is an American hero. All right. He ain't no PBC fighter. American hero.
Yeah.
Right?
But
what I really want to see is
shit though and get in the ring. Well, go ahead, Andy. My bad, bro.
What I really want to see is Porter versus Ugas and Spence versus Crawford. To be honest,
Porter fought Ugas already. We seen what that looked like.
Yeah.
We seen what
Spence
that
is done. I don't think Spence is gonna be really. When he comes back, I expect him to be a lot different. I don't think he's gonna be the same fighter, bro.
Felix Verdejo all over again.
Exactly, and I don't want to hear any excuses of he would have beat Crawford if he didn't get into that car accident. And drink
you know that's gonna be.
He's never gonna beat Crawford ever.
Yeah.
But that's what I anticipate. If he comes back, he has a fight. It might be like the Felix Verdejo situation that he just not the same, and he just don't bounce back because that's what happened to Felix after the motorcycle accident.
Right.
Happened to Spence.
Right. But let me ask y'all this though. What if that man come back a straight dog, bro? That dude Spence fanboys ain't gonna rest, dog. If that man come back a dog, you know what I mean?
More power to him.
I mean, look, ain't shit that Spence could do no more that I give a fuck about, right? Like you could had a Thurman fight, I don't give a shit. Had a Garcia fight, I don't give a shit. Had a Ugas fight, I don't give a shit. Till it's Crawford, shit you do don't matter. Shit you do don't matter because that's the one. That's the one. Them other guys, them background guys, I ain't worried about them. You got to fight Crawford. If it ain't Crawford, it don't count.
I'm with you.
Man, all I know is that motherfucker got dentures and shit. So he could keep getting punched in his mouth. I just don't see how he's still gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And them lacerations on his face. Apparently, he has lacerations on his face. I mean, those things can reopen during a fight.
Yeah, that's scar tissue, man. That's scar tissue. But
I'm about to respond to this B. Williams guy. Said, look, Crawford is fighting B-level guys. I mean, who wants to fight him?
Exactly.
Who can he fight?
Let me read that B. Williams bullshit. Let me see what that shit say. Where's he at? B. Williams. They made Keith Thurman an offer. Keith Thurman is on camera saying he turned that shit down. All right. They made Danny Garcia offer. He turned that shit down. He never got back to him. They made him that offer at the beginning of the year. All right. He had plenty of time to fight fucking Terrence Crawford. Why he sat out for 8 months, not fighting shit for 8 battles Ain't fought nobody since.
You know what I don't like about all this stuff about Crawford shit across the street and all this dumb shit? He shouldn't have to.
That's
No, he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to.
And it don't make no sense either because that's not the answer. Because Spence, before Crawford even moved up, Spence waited a fucking eternity to get his fights. So Crawford crossing the street don't mean a damn thing.
Exactly.
Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell on the same side of the street. Gary didn't get the fight that he wanted. So what makes you think that Crawford crossing the street is going to get him the fight that he wanted? That shit ain't about nothing. That's an excuse that Spence is hiding behind. That tell me that he don't want the fight. It ain't about what side of the street you on. It's if you want the fight or not. That's it.
Yeah, see, this dude B. Williams definitely one of those Spence levels. Listen here, B. Williams. You ever heard of makeup, nigga? Spence ain't got on his face. Cut that shit out, bro. Cut it out, man.
These PBC fans, man, they don't care if their fighter is ducking. They still support it. You know what I'm saying? They're the same people that told Wilder to reject that $120 million to fight AJ. You know what I'm saying? So you should know by that they're going to put a cushion down for any ducking that their fighter does. They don't care about that. They don't got integrity.
I'm going to say, look, PBC fans, I've been saying it for at least 2 years now, that they not boxing fans because PBC, the shit they do is bad for boxing. Leo Santa Cruz not fighting Gary Russell is bad for boxing. If you got two champions in the same weight class, why they not fighting? They both your guys. They should fight. You could, if they'd have put that on pay-per-view, I'd have took it. I would have took that. If this was on the undercard for this weekend's fight, I would have bought it. Like, I'll pay to see Gary fight Leo. That's a good ass fight, even if the match is trash. I'll pay for that.
Oh, I'm boxing first, boxing second, and it's just like this. You could tell I'm a boxing fan because I'm biased. Oh, he backed out, but he know this. Before that Sean Porter fight, I said this exactly. I was actually defending Spence, not the PBC, because I'm a Spence fan, and I don't mind admitting this, but I'm a boxing fan first. So I was defending Spence before the Porter fight. I said, I'm not trying to hit no damn duck when you go into Unify, but Spence got to fight Crawford after the Porter fight. If he don't fight him, it's a plain duck.
I'm gonna say this,
guys, is they can't admit that shit. Bro.
I was cool in all honesty because of the style. Because I knew it was gonna be a good fight. Everybody thought Porter gonna go in there and get fucked. Like, no, dog, that's Sean Porter, dog. All right, he not an easy night for damn near nobody, dog.
Spence can stop a 135 pounder.
Exactly.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that rumor either. I mean, I don't like that narrative either. And I'm gonna tell you guys,
look, bro, he couldn't, bro. I don't see Mikey Garcia going 12 rounds. In all honesty, with Terrence Crawford, I don't see it.
Mikey Garcia gonna come in there, but Crawford gonna come in there and put that man away. Now, listen, guys, listen. This is my not explanation, but this is my idea on it. Okay, and again, I ain't no freaking fanboy or nothing. This is my idea on it, though. You gotta look at those first 8 rounds, bro. The man was pity-patting him, shooting him out. How does Spence put guys away? He go in there and he tears them down. He didn't even attempt that shit with Mikey until later in the fight. I just can't go along with this narrative that he couldn't put him away.
Nah, fam. I've got to say he was trying. He was working really hard. Fam. He was definitely.
He was laying into Mikey, and it's not just the tactics of the shit. It's that, remember, Mikey came up from 35 for that fight. The fight before that was the fight with Easter. So he legit came up from 35 for that. Ain't no reason that he should be able to take what you got unless you ain't got much. Ain't no reason. It ain't no reason. If you everything that they say you are, this dude should be bleeding out of every orifice. But he was taking your shots well for the most part. Robert asked him, yo, you sure you want to go out there? He's like, yeah. Robert was thinking about stopping the fight. Mikey like, nah, I'm good.
So I'm gonna be honest. How much did we give to Mikey for that? Nothing? Like, we just totally gonna give Mikey nothing for that?
Mikey got dropped by Roman motherfucking Martinez, bro. He got dropped.
That's facts, fam. That's facts.
I'll be honest with you.
No man's coming up 2 weight classes and surviving. That's just the way it's supposed to happen. Unless you're a short fighter, no man's coming up 2 weight classes to you, the naturally bigger guy, and giving you a 12-round fight.
Bro,
that's just not supposed to happen.
Prime Spence. Prime Spence. This is Prime Spence. That's the Spence that he fought. Undefeated Prime Spence. This man came up from 135 and you couldn't knock him down? Come on.
I'll be honest. The fact that he moved up to fight Spence instead of unifying with Lomachenko just made me lose respect for him.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
like, bro, you know you're not gonna win that fight. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing?
And I was and I still am a fan of Mikey's boxing. I think he's better than advertised to a degree because he gets a lot of shit. But that move, I lost respect. Like, bro, like, what the fuck is the point in you going up for Spence? Lomachenko is right there. That's a super fight. That's a pay-per-view. Do that. That's competitive. That's a real 50-50 fight. You fuck around, knock Lomachenko out. If Linares could catch him with a big right hand and drop him, you never know. All right, because you're more durable than Linares. So you need to have that fight.
And also, I thought Mikey has better timing. You know what I mean? Because Linares is I still feel he's a bit small at 135. I feel like Lomachenko's gotten to a point where some of his moves are predictable. You saw with Linares. Linares was turning with him and putting the right hand down the center. I've seen Mikey's timing up close. I thought that beyond the 50-50, I thought going the distance in his prime before he lost to Spence, I thought Mikey could have edged Lomachenko on sheer timing and power.
And you know the worst part? I don't even know if Mikey can move back down to 35 without losing someone.
I don't think so. I think
he can't.
40. And if he go to 40, 40 is a war zone, dog. Like, I love Mike.
All killers at 40. All killers at 40.
Yeah, like Ramirez, Prograis,
40, dog. It's retarded
Taylor.
down there. If he go down there, it's more wars. Not that it matters because PBC don't got a lot of fighters there anyway. Because Josh Taylor, not a PBC fighter. Jose Ramirez, top-ranked fighter. Fucking Ivan Bedenchik, I don't know who he with, but I don't think he with the PBC. So it's like, who would Mikey fight there anyway?
Like, Mikey might have just fucked his career over completely.
It's over. It's a wrap on his career. Because honestly, I can't really see him beating any of the top guys at 140. Not at the moment.
He waiting for Pacquiao to call him. That's what he waiting for. He waiting for Pacquiao. Everybody waiting for Pacquiao now.
The Lomachenko fight would have been the best one in the division to make.
That would have been a legacy fight. Like, he was already a 4-division champion. He beat like 5 world champions. All right. Mikey had a respectable resume, and you fucked it all up going up there for Spence. He fuck around could have beat Vasil Lomachenko. I firmly believe he had a shot. He had a shot. It's a 50-50 fight. Nah, you want to go up there and dare to be great, dare to get your ass whooped, and that's what happened.
No, that's what the dare to be great thing was. One of the funniest narratives I've ever heard in boxing, because it's like, fam, really, you've seen Spence in person. Spence is a massive 147 pounder. It's like
he could easily fight at 54.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I do feel that a guy like Carlos Adames would beat the shit out of Spence at 54. I have to say that.
Carlos Adames is gonna be good, bro. I think he's gonna be good. They're gonna hone that boy's skills, and he's gonna be a terror.
Yep. And he gonna win that WBO title because Jaime going to 60. That fight with Spike, that shit is gonna be at 60. So he gonna come up out that belt, and Carlos is right there to grab it.
Yeah. I also like Jerron Boots, Ennis Boots too.
Yeah,
that's probably that man's like one of my favorites, man. Man's just a pleasure to watch. Now that's what I mean by skilled boxers.
All right, we gonna talk about. I like Ennis Boots, and I like what's this kid that be fighting on the DAZN cards, man? They call him the Magician, Anthony Sims.
Oh, Anthony Sims, that's my cousin, yeah.
Hey,
I like Anthony Sims.
Hey guys, what happened to Rashidi Ellis, bro?
He's still swimming around, I think.
He's part of that. He's part of that Gervonta Davis team, man. Them never get any proper success. The lifestyle, they don't live the life.
Speaking of Davis, this man is turning out to be a disappointment. I mean, I don't know. This man's been fighting fucking cab drivers, fucking plumbers.
He is.
He already turned, bro. He ain't turning out. That motherfucker's gone. He turned.
I'm like, bro, fuck Leo Santa Cruz.
Everything after the Walsh fight, I think he had a mandatory, and Liam Walsh was it? Was it Liam Walsh?
Yeah, I think he fought Liam Walsh, then like Cuellar or some dumb shit.
Yeah, and that's when it all went downhill. After the mandatory defense, it's been downhill, and that was 2017, dog. We about to go into 2020, and the biggest name on his resume is going to be Gamboa. That's
fucking 38-year-old Gamboa.
And
got beat the fuck up by Sosa.
These fucking fanboys, I don't care what your potential is. You gotta hone them skills, bro. You gotta fight better, or you're not gonna get better.
I can't even see anyone fighting twice a year being sharp. That's the other problem. It's like man, them is fighting only twice a year. You can't really be legitimately sharp fighting twice a year.
The number one excuse that I see with Davis is that he's still young. I don't care, bro.
Look, man. Wilfredo Benitez won the world title at 17 years old, right? So enough with the young shit. Floyd was younger than Gervonta Davis is now. He was fighting killers. Mike was 20 years old fighting grown-ass men. So Davis, like, the young shit is bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Teofimo Lopez is 22 and he's getting ready to fight Kami. If he should win,
he's probably going to get stopped by Comey.
Comey is
going to get stopped.
Comey is a fucking killer, dog.
If he should win, then
at
least he's trying though, Lennox.
No, yeah,
I give him credit for trying, but man's gonna eat that Ghanaian right hand all night. He's gonna get rocked with that Ghanaian right hand.
Roll punches off the shoulder like yo, bro, you not Floyd, dog. Like, don't start the fight off like that. Find your range.
Did you see Comey fight Robert Easter? I thought he won that fight. That's a hard man, yeah, and that man can pop, yeah. So it's I can't see, and he's got the reach. Is this thing, you know? I mean,
hey, Lenny, and Teofimo's defense though, you was like that man can pop. Teofimo been sending niggas' eyes rolling back behind their head, bro.
I dig it. Yeah, Teofimo ain't even fight a Ray Beltran yet. Feel me? And that's a litmus test. Like, Ray Beltran is a tough motherfucker. Even now, he tough. Teofimo ain't fought nobody like that yet. That you might knock him down, but he gonna keep getting up. He gonna keep coming after you. He has not had that yet.
I don't think anyone's ever put Comey down.
Bad dude, man. He's a bad dude.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Lopez. I think he's been acting a little bit suspect after he beat Nakatani. He made some family issue or something like that.
Nakatani humbled his ass. That's what happened.
And even that, he pussy whipped before that. He got with that joint. The family problem stuff. He pussy whipped.
He was like, no more tall guys. If I don't like boxing, I'm gonna retire or some shit. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
I like Teofimo, but when he said that about the no more tall guys, like, bro, this is boxing.
Bro, like, Comey's tall. You're not gonna fight him?
Nah, Comey is like an inch. They're like an inch and a half apart.
It's because Masayoshi was retarded. He got retarded height for 135. The dude is 6 feet tall. And how are you making that weight?
That dude's built like fucking Robert Easter.
That dude is built like this lamp that I'm looking at in my living room, dog. Like, how the fuck do you make that? What, you 6 feet tall?
1-2 kid, what's up, bro? Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, man. I put a video out about this too. Man, a lot of these people got to stop disrespecting these Japanese fighters, man. They come into play. These guys come into play, man. So we got to stop disrespecting these Japanese fighters.
It ain't even just Inui. Look at Ryota Murata. I never would have guessed that he was gonna go in there and beat the shit out of Rob Brandt the way that he did, dog. Right. I did not see that coming at all.
Look at his Inui's brother Takuma Inui. He gave Obali all he could handle. And
exactly.
Look at Takashi Inui that fought Jaime Munguia. He gave him all he can handle. We got to give a little respect to these Japanese fighters.
Yeah, bro. Like Kazuto Ioka.
Yeah, the Japanese and the Mexicans of the East.
Yeah,
Jaime Munguia is like a knockout waiting to happen at this point.
Yeah, but
this man look horrible.
But that man is under the most, like, bro, he not gonna fight nobody, dog. Like, so even though he flawed, Golden Boy not gonna put him in there with no. Look, they got him fighting Spike O'Sullivan. That tell you everything you need to know. Like, I don't got nothing against Spike, but it's a reason y'all pick him instead of defending your title against the winner of Teixeira versus Adames, because Adames will beat the fucking shit out of Jaime. If Dennis Hogan could have you looking like that, bro, Adames is gonna body you. He's gonna body you.
Well, what I don't like is the fact that Jamal's gonna be fighting Dennis Hogan soon. I'm like, what?
Yeah, fam, how'd that happen? Yeah, what's going on there?
I mean, Jamal not doing shit, bro. That's easy.
Bro, I will die if Hogan exposes that man.
Oh my God! Please, Dennis Hogan win that fight. That would be CO dog. I'll call out from work. Just so I could be on the internet all day. Please, Dennis, win that fight.
Yeah, he ain't gonna win that fight, bro.
I know he's not gonna win, but if he did, I'll call out from work.
I would shut all of these damn fans would just shut the fuck up now. He just got beat by shut the fuck up. Don't even open your mouth.
Motherfuckers can't even admit that Korobov had Charlo looking just crazy out there. They can't even admit that shit. Like, bro, and Korobov, that wasn't supposed to be a hard fight. It wasn't. But
and Korobov was a late replacement too.
You had a problem with a fucking reality show star, bro. This is a contender winner. You had a problem with a fucking reality
with Brandon Adams. And motherfuckers trying to gas up Adam like, bro. Come on, Pete.
They released the fucking highlights of that fight, and it was mostly Jamal just missing punches. I'm like, wow, okay. Nice footage.
You know what I think is, I don't like accusing people of steroid or ped use without facts, but ever since Vada had pressed their ass, both him and Jamel, that's when they started looking retarded.
Didn't they miss the drug test before?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's when Spence's knockout streak stopped.
Wink, wink.
Oh my God.
Allegedly, you get me? Allegedly.
The time frame line up when Vada said, yo, we tried to get them for a test and they missed it. Ever since that, they started looking just regular. Like, I don't see the guy that knocked out Julian Williams. I don't see the guy that knocked out Erickson Lubin. What happened to them guys?
And then there was that interview where someone asked him if he's gonna fight Demetrius Andrews or not. He said, "Oh, Demetrius Andrews is a nobody." I'm like, bro, Triple G didn't want to fight.
More money than you are. He's a nobody making more money than you are.
But Dennis Hogan is a somebody, I guess, right?
I'm listening to this like, bro, Triple G didn't want to fight you. Canelo got a fucking franchise belt not to fight you. Andre's your only option. What do you mean you're not gonna fight him?
It ain't even. It's how you gonna say that he ain't nobody and you out here fighting Dennis Hogan, dog? Should I?
This man's fighting fucking substitute teachers. He's fighting fucking plumbers. He's fighting fucking chiropractors and shit.
And I don't even want to violate Dennis Hogan because I really hope to God he goes in there and gives him hell. I hope. But because I don't want to disrespect Dennis, but it's like, bro, you fighting Jaime Munguia. You fighting a guy just because Jaime Munguia fought him. That's the only reason y'all caught him. If it wasn't for that, y'all wouldn't even call him.
Right. So guess what somebody just sent me a message that it's a definite that Spencer's coming back because Mauricio Suleiman said so. What the fuck is wrong with these people, bro?
I don't know, dog. Ain't Mauricio the one that said that Loma petitioned for the belt and then Loma came out and said, no, I didn't.
This is the worst liar of all of them. And you gonna tell me that it's a definite because Suleiman said it? These fans.
So Suleiman, he's one of the most corrupt motherfuckers in this sport, bro. This man was just dick rides Canelo for like there's no tomorrow, bro. Like I remember when Canelo tested positive for Clem, this man was just going out on his shield defending this man. I'm like, what?
He called him innocent before they even started the investigation. He said Canelo can't be like, what you mean he can't be? He is guilty, motherfucker. The test says that it's in his system. It's no arguing after that.
And it was the test showed up twice.
These guys
showed up twice.
Ridiculous, man. I don't even know how they live with themselves with these fucking narratives. Bro.
Then they got this fucking like franchise champion. It's pretty much WBC Super and WBC regular champion now.
Yeah, but
this man is saying that Lomachenko can still be undisputed.
No, he can't. No, he can't because if let's say Comey beats Lopez, and let's say Comey knock out Vasil Lomachenko. Comey not going to be undisputed. He going to have to get the green belt from Haney because he don't got nothing to win. Loma don't have a green belt that you could go in there and take from him. So it's not an undisputed fight.
And honestly, if that happens, Eddie Hearn will put up millions of dollars for Comey to fight in London against Haney.
Yep.
Because there's a huge...
And Comey will pick it.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up, IQ. That's a one-way... undisputed fight.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying since the franchise shit, because all the details of the shit was released when Canelo got the shit. That if somebody goes in there and beats Canelo, they don't win the real green belt. You get a diamond belt, but that's not the real one. So if Comey beats Lopez or Lopez beats Comey, and then the winner of that fight beats Loma, they're not going to be undisputed. They got to fight Devin Haney.
That's sick. That is
this man was in that interview talking about they're both the champion. What does that mean?
You can't have two champions.
That shit is crazy.
You can't have two champions. Does this man know anything about boxing?
I'll say Suleiman Sr. was better than Suleiman Jr. That's what I'm going to say. I remember when Mike Tyson inadvertently knocked his ass out at the Lennox Lewis press conference. That was funny. That was funny.
You know what else was funny? When Mike Tyson was sitting at the press conference and Don King comes by and taps him on the shoulder like, you know, Mike threw that motherfucking water.
He said, "Don't touch me, you slime ball."
Yeah. Man, I started dying laughing, bro. That shit was too much.
Oh man, Mike Tyson is one of my heroes, man. I was just showing my wife his highlights the other day. Like, yo, he was amazing. I'm like, yeah, he was. You know what I'm saying? Because she started in the boxing.
Don King is just fucking stolen fighters' souls out here, bro.
Yeah, he
been
did.
ripping everybody off.
Listen, honestly, I respect what Don King did because at least he did it like a gangster, not the way Al Heyman's doing it. Yeah. Al
Heyman playing freeze tag with the media and shit. He don't want nobody asking him questions.
Yo, I don't know what kind of fucking voodoo mind control they're putting on these fighters in the PBC, bro. That's making them turn down $100 million and shit. This is crazy.
PBC must have an alternate source of revenue that they use to compensate the fighters. If it was me, right? If I'm Al Heyman, I'm laundering the shit out of everybody's money. Bring your drug money here. We can clean it.
Because I be hearing these PBC fanboys talking about Al Heyman's cutting these guys checks on the down low. I'm like, you know what? That might be true.
They get cash incentives not to have certain fights, not to go to certain sides of the street. I swear to God, if it was
Peter Quillen got $2 million to throw his belt in the trash.
Exactly, and fight for a baby belt against Daniel Jacobs. Threw a real belt in the trash so you could go fight him in Brooklyn for a fake belt, and then you ended up losing.
Right. And the irony of it is, I don't know if you saw that interview, Danny Jacobs, who actually said factually he's made more money fucking with Eddie Hearn than he ever made on the PBC.
Bro, look at his ratings. When he fought Peter Quillen, and I'm going to say that should have been a bigger fight in terms of viewership than it was because only 300,000 people saw that fight, right? If you look at the fucking Arias numbers, yo, like 800,000, damn near 1 million people seen that fight. So it's not a question of who was a better, who handled Danny better. He made more money, got more viewership, and became a full-fledged world champion under who? Eddie Hearn. So don't tell me he's not a good promoter.
Oh, I think he's the best one out there right now. I'm not gonna tell you exactly the best, but I'm pulling for him more than anybody. He doing this thing out there right now.
And and what I like about him is he make the fight. Like he trying to make the fight. He doing what he can to make fights happen. If he can make it happen, he will. So I ain't mad at him.
And then Errol Spence's like, oh, I'll never betray Al Heyman. He says he's up for retirement. And I'm like, yo, the welterweight division is fucked.
It is. It is. 140 is better. To me, I'm more excited at 140 than 147.
I haven't set them up for his own retirement.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you 140 and 135 is more exciting, and 130 is more exciting to me than 147. 147 is just, we end up arguing about the same fucking shit.
Everybody's a fucking diva.
Yeah, like, fuck, man. Like, I'm tired of, like, everybody always talk of, like, it's really popping off at 47. No, it's not, dog. Now, 40 is popping because Prograis versus Taylor, amazing fight. Ramirez versus Taylor is going to be another amazing fucking fight. Both them guys fight the phone booth, and both of them guys like to punch. Both of them guys.
Like, 47 could have been better.
Of course.
I'm telling you.
But it's on the come up, bro. It's on the come up. So it's going to be okay.
Danny Garcia being handed rankings.
Exactly. How the fuck did Danny Garcia end up at #1 in the WBC for Granados? That don't even make sense.
Granados.
Like I remember.
Danny, I like Danny, but come on, bro. That's just sick right there. That's sick.
I remember when he just moved up, he fought Robert Guerrero. He was ranked like what, number 11 or number 7? I'm like, what?
They was petitioning. I think they went to the WBA first, and they was like, "Yo, make it a title fight." WBA said, "Nah." Then they went to the WBC. They was like, "All right, bet you can fight for the title." I'm not mad at that because a lot of times when a champion move up, that's how it go down. You get a world title opportunity, or you end up in a cushy spot in the rankings. But what I'm gonna say is Omar Figueroa just got beat. He just got his O took by Yordenis Ugas. So to me, he should be number one. Then he beat fucking Adrian Granados, bro. Like, nothing against Adrian, because I like how he fight. It's entertaining. But he ain't done shit at 47. That beating him should get you a number one spot. That don't even make sense.
Well, Omar got beat because he felt trained and had his sister in the corner as his goddamn cut.
Legit. He said he trained himself for that fight. I'm like, oh, he's he is definitely losing this shit. That was a good fight, though. It was a good fight.
Hey, fellas, man, Ring, much respect to you, dog. I do basketball and MMA too, so I gotta go get ready for this game. But much appreciated, man. I'm gonna come chop it up with you again, my nigga.
All right, no problem. I'm about to end this.
All right, bro.
Anyway, I had a shot. It's been good talking to y'all. Let's upload this video.
All right.